Hello, welcome back to the Football Terrace. Good morning. Oh, actually, afternoon now. This day has been so mad. We are here for a double watch-along. Man United, Bournemouth, Leicester versus Crystal Palace in the top four race. It's a really intriguing top four race. We're going to have the team news for you in just a few short moments. I'll be very, very surprised if at any moment we found out that that Bruno and Pogba weren't at least in the squad today. There were the rumours that we were all told about yesterday that potentially there was this clash between the players in training and they were going to miss out and blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Let's see. But that did appear to be absolute, complete and utter fake news that was debunked in the end very quickly, just by general fans out there. But it's a big game for Man United today because we're in a really good space. We're on a 15-game unbeaten run. I was reading just a few moments ago that Ollie has, really come out hard in meetings internally and said, look, don't take this 15-game unbeaten run as read that, we can challenge next year. It's one of those things where United know they still need to improve the squad. Man United know they still need to come out and do the business. And here, just for a little bit of team news for you, we're going to post this up in just a few seconds so you can see. We're going to add the web link. Add the web link for you right now. You'll see this pop up just there on the screen. It's going to come up in the top corner. There on social media. Let's make this bigger so you can all see it. There you can see Bruno and Pogba have arrived at Old Trafford today. So the likelihood of them being out, the likelihood of them being missing for this game, very, very low indeed. They have arrived. There is Paul Pogba with his bandana or do-rag on and his face mask. There is Bruno with his face mask on. They have arrived, kit bag in hand. No kit bag for Paul, but I'm sure he's going to be playing. He's in the team tracksuit. So very, very likely they're going to be playing. That news, of course, very, very quickly shut down yesterday on sort of social media as an example. And absolutely right that was done. Before we go any further, though, do me a big, big favor. Hit the like button, hit the share button as well. Very, very important that you help us. You keep helping the channel move forward in that way. It truly, truly is. We really need that kind of support from you all. But yeah, as I say, it's a big day today. Leicester need a win. I've got a little sneaky feeling Leicester will pick up the 3 points today. I can't see him dropping more. Chelsea play this evening. Wolves play this evening. Man United now, by the way, we're at the disadvantaged end of the top four race in the sense that we play first every time. However, I always think that's a disadvantage because the pressure on you is to perform straight away. However, we win our games first. The level of pressure that's then placed upon the Chelseas, the Leicesters, the Wolverhampton Wanderers is massive. So it's big news. It's really good news indeed. With the way United have been playing as an example in recent weeks. But we have to go out there and win today. This 15-game unbeaten run, you just don't want it to end up counting for nothing. Team news out in just a few moments. Do me a favor, hit the like button and share button. And we do have a competition today as well. We do have a competition that I'm going to let you all know about in just a few short moments' time. But essentially, that's in relation to us here. I'm actually going to put it up on the screen so you can read it. So you have to go across to our Twitter account, my personal Twitter account, to enter. But essentially, we're running a competition for you to win a Bruno Fernandes Manchester United kit, stroke top, whatever you want to call it, jersey, depending on where you are in the world. Here is the competition. If Bruno scores first versus Bournemouth today, we'll give away a United kit, Fernandes number 18 on the back. All you need to do is follow us on Twitter, retweet the tweet, follow my account, of course, but download Hot Mic with promo code TFT and go and sign up to Hot Mic right about now. We're about to launch and go live over there at 2 o'clock. So if you want to enter that competition today, please do that. If you already follow me on Twitter, go and do the retweet. All the information to download Hot Mic is inside our description below. So go do us a favor. What's this comment here? Say Palace always play well at the KP. Well, maybe they will. If Leicester lose today, I already know their fans think it's over for them in terms of top four. If they lose today, it is legit finished. legitimately finished if they lose today, in my very humble opinion. Terry, Luke Shaw's got 7 assists in 8 seasons. Is that good enough? Definitely not from a creative point of view. I want to see. By the way, Luke Shaw had a really good. He's had a really good couple of games. His runs have been good. He's helped create opportunities, and it isn't just about the assists. What about the second assists? That would be where I would focus on Lukey Shaw. Is he getting the second assists? As an example, is he getting himself in there, and is his pass creating the openings and opportunities to score goals? So for instance, Bruno Fernandes, his first goal the other night, he was heavily involved with. He's overlapped, crossed the ball into the box. If we were seeing that with great regularity from Luke Shaw, I don't think people would focus upon the element of assist from him because he's heavily involved. I think the problem that people have with Luke Shaw is there just isn't enough. If you get what I mean, there just doesn't seem to be enough, in my opinion, consistency from him when it comes to going forward. Defensively, yeah, he's all right, but that's about it. Like, defensively, he's okay, and that's it. And we'll go across and take a little look here for just a moment. We've logged into what we use for the statistics. We're going to England here, Premier League, Man United, and we'll find ourselves Luke Shaw. So let's just look at him. I mean, we can see there his heat map. We can see where he plays on the field, etc. But let's just go here and look. And let's look at his Premier. Just to look at this, the last 5 years. Okay, and we'll just go to the Premier League as an example. So we can go here and see that in the last 5 years, it's 1 goal and 5 assists. So most people would agree with you that in itself isn't good enough. If we go from a passing point of view, how many second assists in that time? Just 5 as well. So it isn't as if he's heavily involved in lots of build-up play. In terms of chances created, how many in the last 5 years? He's created just 55 shot assists in over 5 years. It means he's creating like 10, 11 a year in the Premier League. And I just don't think that's enough. And we'll do some comparisons in a moment. The Man United team news has been announced now. We're going to go through that and just update our screens for you. But do me a favor before we go any further. Hit the like and share button. It's really important to us that we get that done. It really, really is. We're going to go live now on Hot Mic as well. So we're live over there. Team news is in. And the team is exactly as we've got it. No changes to the Manchester United starting lineup today. Pogba, Bruno, Matic start in the middle. Nothing has changed. And I'm really happy to see that. We're creating a core at Man United now. There's a core that's been created, a core group that's playing together. And it's only going to pay dividends. It's only going to pay dividends. And we can't even, there's nothing to even speak about or debate or moan about or cry about or be angry about. Like, it legitimately is just, it's just legitimately brilliant. That's it. Point blank, brilliant. Point blank, brilliant. It's as simple and it is as straightforward as that. It really, really is. And I'm standing by what I said yesterday. We're going to score 6 goals today. Man United are going to score 6 goals today. We're going to absolutely pummel them. Because Man United are back. We are absolutely back. And that doesn't mean we're ready to win a title right now. I'm just talking about Man United being back in the sense of we will beat, in 90% of the games, the bottom half teams. We'll continue to do well against the top 6. The football is attractive. We're going to score goals. We're not going to be conceding 40, 50 goals a season in the Premier League. And we're going to start climbing back up that table. And it's interesting when you speak about this, because I was looking at the Premier League from 2013, the last time United won it, until now. That Liverpool have only really been relevant in the title race for the last 2 years. The point being, they were building up to it. And United are now doing that. It's going to take us another year or so to really get our feet under the table. And then bang, we are going to start challenging for titles. And I get that some people say, oh, you're only back when you're actually winning the major titles. I don't necessarily agree. I think if you look at Liverpool fans, they've been on this same high now for 4 years because they knew they were back to playing great football and it was going to become a matter of time, and United are there. Daniel here with a super chat says, man like Terry, by the way, have hope over the football series. Listen, bro, have hope's my guy. If you prefer his content to mine, bless, innit? Like, you know me, I challenge people's opinions. I don't challenge people's platforms. You know, I've got big issues with Mark Goldbridge's footballing opinions sometimes. But his platform, big up. What he's done, amazing. And that's the difference. You can have an issue with somebody's opinion, but not want to trash what they're about. If you want to call via Skype, just call the Skype lines. They are open. The information is in the description below. Just literally find us on there. You'll see our logo on Skype. Give us a little tinkle, and we'll get you on the air. Hello to everybody over on Hot Mic. Paul, Andrew, Amir's over there. Alex says, wait, I thought Pogba and Bruno were injured. Alex, where were you at, bro? We broke that news to you last night. It was pure fake news. But listen, we're only on 113 people tuning in right now, which is a madness considering the size of the channel. Do me a favor. Please share this with your friends, family, all your followers on social media right about now. Let's get as many people over here as we can. Terry, what was the cause of Rants quitting the United stand? Well, we released a video. We'll go to your call in just a second, sir. One moment, please. We released a video about that this morning because we were going to be talking about Rants anyway. And it's an equity thing. He's purely looking to build, you know, he gives a lot of his... What I would say to you all is this in life. Try your best to not give away your IP for free. Try not to give away your intellectual property for free. And your personality is a big, big part of that. Don't give it away for nothing. Don't give it away for like free of charge. Too many people on too many occasions do that. And that's the only reason that he's left. You know, that is the only reason that he has left, because for whatever reason, he wasn't getting out of it from, it's a financial thing. And it isn't that he wasn't being paid, and Mark isn't going to, and Mark and him, and that's never going to be disclosed, and it shouldn't be. The point being, Rants feels that he has helped grow that channel to a huge level, which is clearly having benefits more to Mark than anybody else. So from Rant's point of view, he's going to build something in his own name, in his own right. Or he's going to move on to platforms where they're going to also issue him with equity, meaning even when he's not making content, he's still earning a percentage of the revenue. And when you become that influential, you do it. You know, if I was as influential as someone like Rants, and certain channels wanted me to be a regular on their channel, I'd say, yeah, great. I want to earn this through the content that's made, but I also want to be a partner, essentially. You know, this is what you've got to look for in life. And we're not always that lucky to do it. You know, in some of my earlier jobs, I didn't have the clout. I didn't have the power. I actually didn't have the kind of, so what I'm looking for here. I wasn't unique enough to demand equity. I just wasn't. But when you get to that level, it's there. Like if my brother runs a plumbing firm. If he had a guy approached my brother and said, look, you know, I can bring us in these 3 or 4 major contracts with local authorities. I can bring us in X, I can bring us in Y, I can bring us in Z. Do you want the contracts? Yes. Well, then make me a partner. And then they come up to an arrangement. You know, I had a friend of mine that got a new contract in the construction industry, but needed 5 or 6 new vehicles. And he come to me and another friend of mine saying, could we lend him the money? And our suggestion was no. Let us buy the vehicles, but then we become partners in your business. We'll own a percentage of the company, and we just take a dividends or a profit share each year, or like based on that percentage. He didn't go for it in the end. He didn't want that. He didn't want anyone having equity. But that was my point. I'll help you, but I don't want to lend you the money. Let me buy into your business. And that's what you've got to try and do in life. And that's why he's left. But listen, we're going to talk football again now. Welcome to the Football Terrace. What do you want to say?
Hi, Trey. How are you?
I'm very well, my friend. I'm very, very well.
And I really like the things you said, because I come from same background where you do not realize yourself until you start your own. So yeah, that's something I think I really agree to.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Rants has done the right thing. He's not falling out with Mark. He's not slagging their channel off. We're not there slagging them off. And I think people should learn from that. You know, learn your worth, know your worth. And you know, the way I look at it is this: don't chase the fame, because it could be for some people. And I've said this to a lot of YouTubers in the football space. Yes, you get more attention when you're doing fan cams and work for the big major channels. But how is it changing your life other than more people knowing who you are and a few more retweets? If you're putting in hours of work and you're not seeing a financial uptake to that, what's the point? Wouldn't you rather have half the views but 10 times the income. Isn't that, that income is what's going to feed your children, buy your homes, secure your future. So it's very important for YouTubers to do that. And if you're not getting it, what's the point of making the content? It makes no sense. Again, unless you're doing it purely as a hobby, and then it doesn't matter. But Rants this is not a hobby for Rants. Rants is a social media influencer. It's his job. This is a hobby for me, but for him, it's a job. So they're doing the right thing. What did you want to say in relation to Man United today?
No, being a United fan, I'm just excited looking at our run and how we are playing. So I would like to talk about Chelsea and what do you think if Chelsea don't get to Champions League next season? I think so. Wolves can easily get there. Leicester can maintain it.
Ooh,
So
I think,
what
of
do you
course,
think?
I think it would be disappointing for Chelsea if they don't make it. I assume you're a Chelsea fan. Are you a Chelsea fan?
Hello?
Sorry.
No, I'm actually a United
Okay,
fan.
okay, cool.
I just
Yeah, hi, Amir. We'll come to you in a moment, mate. Yeah, listen, I think if Chelsea don't make it, it'll be disappointing. There'll be a financial implication, but they're still spending the money they're spending. And they've signed Timo Werner without it. And they're not a guarantee for Champions League football. And that's the point I've been making all summer. The big teams don't need Champions League football in the short term to sign top players. To sign some top players might say it's an absolute prerequisite. But the Werner deal in itself proves that isn't the case. Pogba joining Man United 5 years ago proves that isn't the case. So I think Chelsea will make it. If they don't, of course, it's disappointing. It's pure banter for us. If they don't make it, it's pure banter. It's going to be amazing for us to be able to laugh at them. But yeah, it kind of is what it is in that space. Go on.
Do you think it will have implications on Lampard's next season?
No.
I think so. If they don't start well next season, I think so he'll be gone by December.
Oh, in terms of, it won't affect his reign next year. But by the way, if he comes third and wins the FA Cup and manages to overturn the result against Chelsea and gets to a Champions League semi-final or final, if by Christmas he's sixth, he's getting sacked. Nothing to Chelsea or Chelsea or Chelsea. So yeah, it doesn't really matter how good, how bad, or whatever it is. He'll be sacked if he isn't challenging for high positions next year.
One last question.
Yeah, go on.
So who do you think is a better transfer duo? Van de Beek, Sancho, or Havertz or Werner?
Or who else?
Who do you think is a better transfer duo? Van de Beek and Sancho, or Havertz and Werner?
Ooh, that's a nice question, I'm going to go with Sancho and Van de Beek because...
Same, I think so. Yeah, I think so. That will create a more impact on United. Then I think so. Havertz and Werner will have that. I don't think so. They will have that big impact on Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have a big impact on Chelsea. If you ask me to pick, I'm very biased when it's going to come to that answer. But yeah, everyone knows my thoughts on Sancho. I think he's the best young player in world football outside of Mbappe. And has such a high ceiling, and we already know Van der Beek, what he does to Man United is massive. But listen, mate, I appreciate you coming on and having your say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. Amir, how you doing, mate?
I'm good. How you keep? Sorry, long time. You all right?
Yeah, mate, I'm good. What's your thoughts today? United sticking to the same team, 2 games running, pretty much the same core. Are you excited about today's game?
Yeah, I'm actually thrilled, man. Can't wait. I'm glad to see a good, strong lineup again. I was a bit concerned because Ollie mentioned that he was going to have some changes lined up for us, but actually quite glad to see the strongest lineup because after seeing Leicester and Chelsea drop points the other day, this is a massive opportunity for us, and we cannot let it go. That we have time and time again with Chelsea ahead of us, just by a couple of points, maybe 5, 6, 7 points throughout the whole season. Every time they drop points, we've dropped points. So now is our opportunity to really stamp ourselves down and establish that top 4 for ourselves. And we're not going to get anyone else to come do it for us. So United have to really grab this game by the scruff of the neck, put 3 goals past them, get a comfortable lead, and then from that point onwards, I'm happy for Ollie to put whoever he wants on and give the changes. But we really need to solidify them 3 points today. So important.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. Also, just to weigh in on the last caller, he mentioned something about who's going to have the better window, us or Chelsea. To be honest, Chelsea are really getting a nice golden polished roof and a nice chandelier, but they've got leaking freaking walls and doors on the sides, man. The defence is shite, and they're there getting a great front line. So I think they're going to be lacking balance next year. They're going to be very top heavy. Do you remember how Liverpool were about maybe 3-4 years ago when they had a really good attack, but they were leaking goals left, right, and centre. I think we're going to see a similar story now with Chelsea because they play good attacking football, but they're going to leak goals.
Yeah, I think that if they don't address the centre back, and that's so his question is, in terms of the duos, I think United's are better on paper, but equally, Man United have look. I would like us to improve our back line also. I think that, we could get better than Luke Shaw. I think we can get a better partner potentially for Maguire. However, we've sorted out that leaky defence. I was looking at this earlier on today, and if you can, people talk about, and again, it isn't just Maguire, but Maguire is the lead. This is where people hypocrisy. This is especially with Liverpool fans. This is where I love seeing hypocrisy, right? So we've seen Man United's defence improve no end. We've conceded 31 goals this season, which is the joint second best defence in the league. Plus, we've got the highest amount of clean sheets in Europe this year. Man United last year, we conceded 54 goals. 54 goals were conceded last year. So from an improvement point of view, as it stands right now, we're somewhere in the. I haven't even checked it as a percentage, but it's crazy. That's we're 43% better in terms of goals conceded this year. And Maguire's a big part of that. Plus, he's the captain and he's the leader. And that's his job, is to stop goals from going in. So when people look at us and go, how Maguire's had an average season. Listen, if your defence, if Man City's defence has conceded 42%, even 40% less goals than last year, they'd be top of the league right now. So we know what they've done. And that's where Chelsea need to address more than anywhere else. Because if Chelsea don't improve that area and they're scoring all them goals, they're still going to leak at the back. However, if you just fix one area at a time, I can kind of understand that, because if they can go through next season and finish top 4 and they're banging in goals, then in the following summer they're just going to sign a couple of top class defensive players, a little bit like how Liverpool did. Liverpool under Klopp a couple of years in were ripping teams apart scoring goals, but they couldn't keep clean sheets for love nor money. And then they brought in that Van Dijk deal. Robertson and Trent started to mature, and it's just been a write-off for everybody else since. So it's a nice, interesting one for me that I'm excited to kind of see the how it will turn out. But with the players we're linked with the way we're playing right now, I'm so confident. And we are going to slap Bournemouth today. I'm honestly predicting 6-0. We are going to kill them today.
Well, with a strong lineup, we do expect to get a good result, 100%. And actually, what you're mentioning, it reminds me of something that Fergie said a long time ago. He said something to the effect of, strikers or your attackers will win your games, but your defences will win you the league, isn't it? And from last year, the impact that Harry Maguire and Aaron Wan-Bissaka have had is phenomenal. Now, if we manage to just improve maybe one or two more aspects of that back line, and maybe even if we look into a new goalkeeper in a year or two's time as well, I think that defence will be actually ready for a league. Like, in maybe a year or two's time, if we manage to sort out a left back and possibly a keeper, because I think that they're the weaker aspects of our back 5. So yeah, I mean, if we can get that right, and we see the continual improvements in our goals conceded steps, we're heading in the right direction towards pushing for a title challenge. I reckon 18 months' time or so, 2 years, we'll be up there.
Mate, I agree. We are moving forward nicely, and that's also when I talk about United looking like we're back. The attacking football looks beautiful, but it's how solid we are at the back. And of course, teams create openings against us, and the most dominant United and Barca and Arsenal teams of the past 30 years, I'm just throwing them teams out because they've all been great. Chelsea teams still conceded chances, but we've conceded 4 goals in 15 games, and they've all been goalkeeping errors. And, I just can't look at anything at Man United and be nothing but positive. Do I think we're ready to leapfrog Liverpool just yet? In real terms, no. But then I've got a few little feelings about Liverpool as well when we look at next season. I still think they're favourites for the league. But Liverpool fans are the ones who are making me change my mind about how confident I am about Liverpool. They keep telling me they don't want to be considered favourites for the league, which is weird. At the same breath of them saying we're English, European and world champions, they don't want to be considered favourites and the best team in the world. They don't want to be considered favourites for the league next year. They look like they're not going to sign anybody in terms of that's what they're briefing everyone. And, the last 5 away games, they haven't scored a goal. And the last, other than the Crystal Palace humdinger of a game, a lot of their own home games up until that point, they were sort of huffing and puffing and getting over the line. And I think if you add those things together, the pressures of being champions and being expected to win it, if they don't spend any money, plus the fact that it appears teams are starting to work out their system a little bit, it may not necessarily be Man United having to improve by 34 to 40 points. It could just be us improving by 15 to 20 points, because we might see that natural drop-off from Liverpool in the same way, by the way, we've seen from City this year. So, Liverpool, where you've got to look at it, City had 2 years. Only 2 years. Look how good City are. They had 2 years where they were kicking out crazy points. But Liverpool have also had 2 seasons of kicking out crazy points. The only issue they had is the first year they kicked out an ungodly amount of points. They came second. So maybe, just maybe, we're going to see the same drop-off next season from Liverpool as we did from Man City. And one of the biggest reasons Man City didn't kick on this season is because they had a really bad transfer window.
Yeah, I think people just don't actually consider how much pressure is upon your team, your club, your starting 11 when you are the reigning title holders. This is why people don't retain titles in the Premier League, generally speaking. How many times has it been done? By United a couple of times, and once by Chelsea and once by City. And both of them two, City and Chelsea teams, have spent above and beyond everyone in their competition circle at that time in order to achieve that feat of doing a back-to-back. No one else has done it. It doesn't happen, generally speaking. The pressure that is upon a team to go out and defend the title is intensified by probably 4 or 5 times compared to a normal game. So even whether it's a game where they're going away to, who's it that they lost to 3-0? Watford early on this season. Like that game, exactly next year when it happens, the pressure that those people will feel just by walking on and knowing what happened there last year. Even when they come to United, to Old Trafford, they brick it every time because they know that pressure's there. If you listen to Mo Salah's interview with, I think, Jamie Carragher a couple of days ago, they released on Sky Sports, he said that he literally went back into the changing room after the draw 1-1 at Old Trafford last year when they lost the title by 1 point. He came to the change room and he cried. He put a towel on his head, he put his hands on his head, and he cried his eyes out with Mo Salah. And I love the guy. I absolutely love Mo Salah. And I think he's one of the best players, Golden Boot winner, all the lot. I can't give him enough credit. But he cried because he knew that he lost that day. That the 2 points that they dropped that day, they didn't even lose. The 2 points they dropped that day was what cost them the league. Now, this is what I'm referring to when I say the pressure of being the title holder will amplify that even more next year for them. He felt that when there wasn't even the title winners, nor were they actually the favourites to win it then. They weren't like the winners, the best team. They were just competing with City trying to get it, and he was crying his eyes out because he felt the pressure. He knew exactly what had happened, and I don't think he'd scored past us by then either, so he was a bit more upset. But what I'm trying to say is being the title holder is a ridiculous feat to be able to hold it, and I don't think without strengthening, and the proof will be in the pudding if they manage to get a couple of signings over the line. But without that, I seriously do think they're going to crumble. Obviously, maybe next year, the year after, you'll see a massive drop-off, but I think it's imminent if they don't strengthen that squad. And Liverpool haven't, over the last couple of years, it's like, I think, 5 to 7 million they spent on that Minamino guy. Beyond that, they haven't bought no one. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Very interesting couple of years.
No, but I listen, I know a lot of Liverpool fans take it as you're just being salty, you're just being this, you're just being that. But it isn't about that. It's about being realistic. We went through the stats here. Since World War II, only 11 times. So in 80-odd years, only on 11 occasions as a team retained their title. So in 80-plus years, so you've got to think there's been 80 attempts of people retaining titles. And on only 11 occasions, that's been done. It's a rarity.
The United's trebles, the 3 in a row. Is that counting the United?
Yeah. That includes. So that it's any kind of retaining. Yeah, but so what I counted as 11 is the 3 we won on the bounce 3 times. That's one occurrence because it's been retained. Does that make sense? So it's literally only if you take away those and what time I think Liverpool won it 3 times on the bounce. It's only been done like 8 times. Out of 80-odd years. It's so, and this is why I say to people, like, people keep acting like it's I was doing it. I was acting like it was like a prerequisite and was definitely gonna like happen as an example, but it isn't. So it happens 13% of the time,
which is very, very small. And like I said, the teams that have done it in the most recent history are United, obviously, City and Chelsea. And those 3 teams, but all right, take United out of the equation because that's a bias. We're talking about our own team. Talk about the Chelsea and the City teams. Look how much quality and money has been spent in comparison to the rest of the league in that particular time period. Like looking at City squad, it's way beyond everyone else's in the league, and you'd say that over the last 3 years. Similarly, that 04-05 Chelsea team, the squad and the depth and quality they had, it was above and beyond what anyone else was competing with them on. So unless you have those kind of assets within your squad, I personally don't think you're going to be able to do it. I really don't.
A comment here from Riza on Hot Mic says, Liverpool manager Klopp said they're going to hunt for the league, not defend it. And remember, Liverpool are going to come stronger with Keita, Chamberlain, and Minamino, who haven't played a lot. I don't disagree they're going to come hunting for it. I don't disagree that Liverpool are going to fight with everything they've got to win it. I'm just pointing out that I was guilty of this, of thinking, oh, yeah, they're so good now, it's going to happen. And I'm like, well, hang on. I thought the same thing about... I thought City weren't ever going to stop winning titles 18 months ago. And when you think that only 13% of teams... I'm going to do the whole of English history, but I bet you that no more than 10% of teams have ever retained the Premier League, a title in English top-flight football history. 10, 11, 12%. It's a small number. And if they don't sign... And the big thing is, if they don't sign anybody, I don't care about the squad they've currently got. If they don't sign anyone, I honestly can't see them retaining it. Unless, again, there's no improvement from anybody else. So if they have a 20 points drop-off, but nobody else gets any better, then okay. But we'll see that, won't we? If we get to this time next year and all the clubs above, below, if City are on 66 points this time next year and everybody else is on what they are in and around the same numbers, but Liverpool have a 15-point drop-off by this stage, they still might go on to win the league. But my point is, I can't see them being as strong this year as they were last year based on that. But we've added Jason to the line. Jason, what do you want to say, mate? Oh, you're not there anymore, Jace? I did answer his call. Sometimes this thing... He is there. Jason?
Hello, yo.
Yeah, hello, mate. Yes, mate. What's on your mind? Man United, Bournemouth, Leicester versus Palace. What are you thinking?
Well, I wanted to try two, three things. One, to talk over the Bournemouth thing. I think Man United are going to beat Bournemouth probably 3-4 nil. The last 3 times I've been on, I've guessed the correct score of the last games. Correct. Man United Brighton game, the Arsenal game. So this time I'm going to say Man United are going to win 3-0. Arsenal are going to beat Wolves, hopefully 2-1. But I wanted to turn on the Liverpool thing that you were just talking about just then. Because I remember the first time I called, I talked about there being pressure on Liverpool. When's the pressure going to start? When are they going to start getting pressure to win the league?
Go on then, speak about it. Go for it. Bro.
Is he gone?
No, he's there. Jace. Hello, Jace.
My bad.
Cool, yeah, go for it. You don't need to ask. Just speak about it, bro. Just speak about it. Tell me what you think about it.
I was just... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What was I going to say now? Yeah, so I said that when's the pressure going to start? And obviously now that they're champions, when's they're going to start there being pressure on them to basically retain the champion? Like how much there was pressure on City. Because in the middle of the season when Liverpool were stacking up the points and City were dropping off, everyone was on City's case saying, this is a shambolic title defence, etc., etc. This isn't good enough. How can you have all this talent and you're not competing? When is that pressure going to be on Liverpool? And you said you were saying it just then. You were saying how the fans were saying how they don't expect to win it next season, but they're also in the same breath said they're the best team in the world, one of the greatest Premier League teams of all time. It doesn't add up.
It doesn't add up, and that's because, and again, I'm not. This isn't salty. It's in my opinion, I'm speaking facts here. It's because they're scared. It's because they are genuinely scared of not retaining it, because they know how hard it is. And I think the thing is, we all wax lyrical about how good our teams are, how good our strikers are, our players are. But underneath, like when you gas it so much, there's always that element of you going, I don't really believe in what I'm saying. And that's why when I speak to Gav from LFC Day Trippers, when I speak to Alex, who comes on the Liverpool podcast, Grizz, Stroh that comes on is amazing at this. they're happy. They know how brilliant they are, but they're also really level-headed. You'll hear Gav talk about how good certain Man United players are, and how none of them, like, outside of banter, none of them like slag the teams off, because they know that there is a fine line sometimes between being as good as Liverpool are and where City have been and where Chelsea have been this year, as an example. But it's these Liverpool fans that are living in cloud cuckoo land. Like, nothing lasts forever. And you know what? If City would have had a better transfer window and they wouldn't have fallen off this year, that's why Gary Neville was so confident at the beginning of the season that United would win a title before Liverpool. Because I think what Gary Neville was banking on is City staying at those, like Liverpool being as good as they are, but City just being that little bit better and winning. And then as Liverpool start to dip away, which will happen in the next couple of years, this squad will dip away, and then United come good. And that's always, generally speaking, is what always happens. And, you know, I remember there being a couple of years where City under Mancini and then under Pellegrini looked amazing. And then I remember like 18 months later watching Monday Night Football and they're talking about the squad's aging and they need to like replenish the squad. You're like, Jesus Christ, only a few months ago they were the greatest team ever. But then teams hit a wall. And it's what happens. But I mean, look at Arsenal as an example. You know, you go back to when they were invincibles and the time around there, they were just a colossus team. And then certain people got older, a few people left, and you would never have imagined it was going to fall off. You know, Man United fan, up until nobody would have imagined it was going to fall off like this. It will happen again to Liverpool, but
yeah,
it will. It just will. And they may not necessarily become as bad as United and Arsenal have been, but that's why I'm not getting myself stressed about Liverpool becoming champions, because it isn't going to last forever. It just isn't. So let them enjoy it. Let's enjoy hunting them down, and then when we do, we can have a little bit of a giggle on the bubble.
Yeah, I think I don't see any. I still think next season is going to be between City and Liverpool. When Gary Neville said it's Man United were going to win it before Liverpool, I didn't. I think he set himself up there. I didn't believe that. I thought Liverpool were gonna, because that's why when I first came on, I said they were going to be champions, and I said they're not going to Man United will win it before them.
Oh mate, by the way, I said they were going to win. I didn't agree with Gary Neville's point, but I can understand where he was coming from. I think he was, again, a lot of what he said was in a bit of jest and as a bit of banter. But it's what I was hoping for as well. I was hoping that City would win it this year, Liverpool wouldn't again, and then maybe a couple of years of disappointment of not winning it when they were really good would eat away at them. And I'll give you the example. Tottenham have had, in the last 5 to 6 years, Tottenham have been the best they have ever been in the Premier League era. They didn't win anything though. As a Man United fan, I was hoping that's what was going to happen to Liverpool. That they had a really great time, they looked brilliant, but didn't quite win anything. That was do you get where I'm coming from? And, you know, all that happened, you know, what stopped it is Liverpool got even better this year, and City just had a massive drop-off. Massive drop-off. I mean, I'm not sure of the exact point difference between now and, well, they're on 66 points now, and this exact same stage last year after 32 games, they were on, wait for it to load in front of me, yeah, they were on 80 points. So they've had a 14-point drop-off from last season. However, though, if you go back to the season before that where they were Centurions, I guarantee if you look at it from that point of view, it's an even bigger drop-off. At that year, they were on 84 points. So last year was a 4-point drop-off, but they were still good enough to be champions. This year it's even bigger. And that's what can happen. If you're a Man United or a Chelsea fan now, if Liverpool have a big drop-off next year, all you've got to hope for is that your improvement is enough to overtake it. Now, this notion that we have... Man United may win 5 Premier League titles in the next 15 years. And we could win them all not being as good as Liverpool are right now. And I actually don't care. I care about winning the league. Because it's never like for like. You know? Look at boxing. You know, when Anthony Joshua beat Klitschko, was he beating the very best Klitschko? Probably not. You know, when Tony Bellew beat David Hay... In my opinion, it's only worth an opinion, he wouldn't have beaten David Hay, a 10 years younger David Hay, who still had his full punching power, didn't have the bad shoulder, body wasn't falling apart. But it's timing sometimes. And I'm quite happy in 2 years' time when we're ready to win a title to be beating a slightly broken, a slightly tired, a slightly worn out Liverpool team. I'm still going to enjoy it just as much.
Yeah, I think what you have to remember as well, the rest of the league's going to get better. So when you look at, for example, this last year that's gone, up until the point where Liverpool won the league, their record against the top 6 teams has been very, very, very good. And that's also because they're very good, but the rest of the top 6 aren't amazing. City have dropped off. United are not at the races. Chelsea are obviously with their transfer ban. Arsenal have fell off, and Tottenham, they're going through the fire as well. So all of them are not doing well. Next year, I reckon they're going to have some serious improvements, and I reckon the results against the top 6 will be massively different compared to what it was this year. Massively.
I'm looking at the table now, right? And I don't even see that. It's outlandish. But if we beat Wolves today, we're on 49 points. That's 3. What am I on? 52. Leicester, I'm confident of beating Leicester. Tottenham, I'm confident. It's just a matter of whether, because Leicester are going to drop off. They're dropping out. I can see us somehow sneaking in. I still think before, before we beat it was before. I don't know what result it was that I think it was when Leicester's last loss. That's when I thought, hold on a minute, we're actually not that far behind. But before that, I thought there's a 0 chance we're getting there. But now that if we beat Wolves today, it depends on if we beat Wolves today. If we beat Wolves today, then I think there's a slim chance. But if we lose, then no. Back down to reality, then I don't think we can make it.
As an Arsenal fan, trying to be nice here, I think the best you lot can hope for is 5th and Man City's ban to be upheld.
Much. So when is that actually going to get announced?
That's
where they said the start of July.
Yeah, it's sometime in the next week. It's going to be done. The reason it hasn't been announced is because they purely haven't made up their mind yet. They're still deliberating. Some breaking news, and again, people are going to owe me a big apology. Fairly credible journalists now coming out of across Europe saying that Liverpool have agreed personal terms with Thiago. Now, what I want to stress is,
no way.
I spoke about this news yesterday morning, and if you watch the video back, it's because this deal has got the same person, the same connection I have who was talking to me about the Kai Havertz and the Sancho deals. He's also been involved in this, and he's been a lot of the financial consultants have been involved in a lot of the deals this summer because the pricing, because of the financial state the world's in. So the football clubs and even the agents are using financial experts a lot more for consultancy work to ensure that they're not paying over the odds or they're not selling somebody too cheap, whatever it may be. So they're being even more kind of due diligent than they would normally be. And I remember yesterday morning, and this is me just backing myself here, the amount of people that gave me abuse yesterday, pure abuse, saying that I was making the news up. I don't know where the sources are. This isn't true. And I literally said at the end of the stream, look, I said the next week you're going to see this news all start to click through. Literally yesterday evening, Sancho again reaffirmed, signing with Man United, still wants to join. He's told the club that. You've got the Kai Havertz stuff that broke, and then now the Thiago stuff that's coming out. Like, I just knew that this stuff was going to happen. Sort of sit there and you think, and by the way, like I said, Liverpool are going to sign players. I have said if they don't, there'll be problems. But I've also been telling Liverpool fans this whole time, you're going to sign players. No, all our top journalists and correspondents says we're not going to sign anyone. Well, of course they said that. Like, of course they're saying that because they're briefed to say that by the football club. But the fact is, Liverpool are always going to sign people. People just got to stop listening to the journalists and start listening to the experts. Jeez.
You better ask the question now, who's getting dropped? For him coming in, he's a definite starter. Who's getting dropped?
It can't be Fabinho. It has to be one of the two in front of him.
Oh, yeah. Obviously, he's the holding midfielder.
Yeah, but I look at... I don't
see it being anything.
So I don't see it being that simple. I see it being more of a... It depends on the team and the game and the situation. I think Thiago is going to... I don't even know if he's going to be a first teamer in the sense of he'll start a lot of games, but I think it'll be strategic when he starts. However, I know Lallana's going, but I think this spells the end of Naby Keita, in my opinion. He might not leave this summer, but where's the... You're signing Thiago to play him. You're not signing Thiago to sit on the bench primarily. He is going to be part of your rotation for that first team.
When he came on against City, he looked good, though, to be fair to him. Naby.
No, he looks good, but look, he always looks good when he comes on. He just can't stay on. A few people saying, Terry, so you're the expert then? No, I'm not the expert, but the financial experts I had on the show are. And my opinions are derived from the information that experts have given me. So I'm not it's like this. I'll give you an example. Who are you going to believe when it comes to medical advice? A doctor with multiple PhDs, right? Or a journalist writing about that doctor? Do you know what I mean? I'm trusting the doctor, bro. You know, who do I trust? A financial expert with PhDs who is recruited by the leading financial institutions and businesses around the world to help them formulate their financial structures. Or a desk journalist at The Sun. I know what I'm believing, bro. And nothing wrong with being a desk journalist. I'm just saying, I'm going with the experts here, bro. You know, if I tell you how to build a wall, and then Bob the Builder turns up and says, no, you do it this way, trust Bob the Builder, because Bob the Builder is a builder. I am not. There we go on the expert things. But Ram's joined the stream. Ram, the Liverpool news has just come out. Very close to announcing the Thiago deal. What you making of that, bro?
Well, the main giveaway was Christian Falk when he said on Twitter that we are looking to deal with the situation, and i.e. they're looking to try and find a replacement. I think everyone knew that Liverpool were going to look for someone. It's just about the price. I think they're asking for about 35 million, and Liverpool are saying, okay, can we bring it down a lot? If they can't, they might be doing the installments. So probably like a 15 million pounds up front, and then some add-ons afterwards, which will probably be met by the player. But yeah, it's a great signing for Liverpool, and everyone should be scared right now.
Oh, I'm not scared, but cool.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Terry? Are you sure,
Yeah.
Terry?
Do I look scared?
The Samba boys, you know what I mean? The
Who?
Samba boys. You got Alisson, you got Fabinho, you got Thiago, you got Bobby. You know them Samba boys. They can do some stuff, my friend.
Well, Bobby can't. Bobby can't score.
You okay?
Yeah,
Nah,
bro.
Bobby can,
Bro,
Bobby
you
can,
do, bro. You do. This is Alpha still here. You can't shake me, bro. You're one of my young apprentices on the show. What you trying to do here, bruv? Remember what happened to Anakin Skywalker when he tried it? Got his legs chopped off,
Yeah,
bro.
He have the high ground. He didn't have the high ground.
I'm not Anakin Skywalker, my friend.
You're my apprentice
I know
here. I'm Obi-Wan. And by the way, just in reference, Obi-Wan didn't get Obi-Wan committed suicide. He wasn't killed by Darth Vader. He let Darth Vader kill him so he became stronger. So listen, trust me, bro. No, I'm only messing. Listen, it's a great signing. I've said it before. Like, when it comes to Liverpool, if they don't sign anyone, they're not retaining the title. And I stand.
Who do you think?
The main thing I'm worried about, the worrying thing about this is Chelsea, because we all know that Bayern Munich like to flirt with a lot of the German youngsters, and if he's going, don't be surprised if they do a next level Randy Orton out of nowhere signing for Kai Havertz. So they need to act quickly. But I don't know if Kai Havertz's head's already turned to Chelsea. But
Look, Chelsea will act quickly if a problem arises. So if Bayern Munich make the genuine inroads, Leverkusen will let Chelsea know, because it's great news for Leverkusen, because Leverkusen right now want 90 million. Chelsea are saying no, 70 million is the max we do. If Bayern come in and go, look, there's 85, then Leverkusen say, listen, you've got to do 85 or more, or it's not happening. So Chelsea will then be forced. So the sale of Thiago, if Kai Havertz is then the target of Bayern Munich, it will speed the transfer up. And this is how transfers work. When there's only one club involved and they're haggling over price, it will take ages. What United fans need to remain patient on is to not suddenly go, Chelsea getting done quickly, or Bayern getting done quickly, Man United are dragging their heels. United aren't dragging their heels. There's nobody else looking at Sancho right now, because he's told everybody he's joining Man United. If it changes and suddenly Liverpool come in, let's just say a madness happens next week and Real Madrid announce they're signing Mane. Let's just say that happens. It won't, but say they do. I'm then going to be like, whoa, Liverpool are going to go for Sancho. And they would. They'd just go bang, straight in for him. Because if you're going to replace Mane or Salah, there's only two players in the world that are good enough to replace them, and that's Mbappe or Sancho. That are achievable, that you can actually get. As an example, you could, obviously Marcus Rashford could fill the void easily, but he's not available. So there's no point going for Rashi, because he's not available. He'd never play for Liverpool, ever. But there we go.
Never say never, Terry.
Never. Rashford, I can tell you now, I could say never. That's one thing. Right now, I'd put all my children's life on it that Rashford will never play for Liverpool. 100%.
yeah, that's true.
I just know he wouldn't.
Trent
He
will
just
move to
wouldn't.
United.
He wouldn't.
It's like saying Trent would move to United. It's just
Yeah, Trent. No, yes, exactly. There are certain players. Not if you were saying to me, would Pogba do it? I wouldn't put my kid's life on that because even though he's from the academy, you're talking Mank born and bred United from day dot. You're same as Gerrard and Trent with Liverpool. It would never happen, no matter what goes on.
True.
There we go. A lot of people in here. Josh Cleves. Oh, you're copying the United stand. Are you copying the United stand? Oh, no.
Go to YouTube, man, team.
Oh, no. Copy United stand. Well, factually, we did watch-alongs first. So, if we're going to get technical, they copied me, but then they did it brilliantly and they killed it. They dominated the market. Well done for them. But no, it's not.
That's a good point. This Patriots guy in the chat goes, Liverpool fans will turn up for Firmino next season if Werner starts firing. But I don't see that. I don't see that happening because Liverpool fans.
No, because I think we're not stupid enough to think that Firmino's the guy that's meant to be firing for us.
Yeah,
we all know. Everyone knows what he does for our team.
I'm not convinced. I think football fans are football fans are football fans are football fans are football fans. And I don't think there's I throw a lot of salt towards Liverpool and a bit of banter that way because it's fun because they're my main rivals. I did one this morning and I've triggered so many scousers on Insta because I put out a picture this morning of like Liverpool fans celebrating the shithousery of Robertson when he like smirked in people's faces when during arguments or when he rubbed Messi's head when they scored the winner against Barcelona and they loved it. But yet getting really upset and angry at Bernardo Silva not clapping. And they're going, it's not the same thing. One's in the heat of the moment. The other one's predetermined. It's like, hang on a minute. How do you know that Bernardo Silva decided days ahead he wasn't going to clap? And how do you know that that Robertson didn't... how do you know Robertson didn't say, if we score a last-minute winner, if I get the chance, I'm going to rub Messi's hair. Like, we don't know if any of them were predetermined or not. We have no idea of knowing. However, shithousery is shithousery. Football fans, we all hate it when it's done against us. David Luiz getting kicked by Rafael da Silva and landing on the floor smiling did my nut in. But you know what? If Pogba got kicked today and laid on the floor smiling, I'd clap. The difference is I don't like want it all, like I'm not sitting like I've seen like Liverpool fans boiling their piss that Bernardo Silva didn't clap. And I'm like, bro, I know for a fact if it was the other way around, you'd all be celebrating it because you'd be like, that's my guy. My guy, he's strong. He ain't bowing down. He ain't taking the knee. You know what I mean? It'd be Game of Thrones shit. Nobody would be upset about it. And that's the thing. People are fragile. But the point I'm making is all fan bases are like that. It isn't just Liverpool fans. What Liverpool fans did after winning the league during lockdown, every fan group would have done the same damn thing. So I'm not having to go at Liverpool fans. I'm just having to go at the scenario. On the Firmino thing, if you're sitting third next season, 20 points off the top with 10 games to go, and Firmino's scored 8 goals all year, and Werner is on 36 goals, you are going to have a percentage of your fans, and a noisy percentage, go absolutely fuming at the gormless wonder up front, mate. They will be on him. They will be on him like white on rice, bruv.
I think people get mad at Klopp because we could have signed him, and you were like, we all know that Firmino's the guy that drops deep and makes space for other players, but we'll be like, why the hell didn't we sign him? We know what he's capable of. We could have played Firmino in the 10. He's not a striker, and you clearly say that he's not a striker as well. I think people just get mad at the board and Klopp about this whole situation, but
yeah,
I don't know. Football fans are a very fickle bunch.
Mate, it's beyond fickle. It's pure reactionary. However, I love it. And I've been saying this for a while now. I am really looking forward to Liverpool's dips and problems that will inevitably happen. Like how it is right now will not remain forever. We know that because history has taught us that. And I think the bit for me as a rival fan is I've seen a lot of this. We don't act like other fan bases. We don't turn on our own. We don't do ranty fan camp. We don't generally speaking, slag our players off. Well, until Carrius makes a mistake and then he has to shut his social medias because of death threats. But aside from that, you never turn on your own. But you do.
It's always the same people, isn't it? It's like those 12-year-old people on Twitter just say like, say those random stuff, and it's
You
just
can't-
annoying
you
because
can't-
people don't even know who it is, and they're just trying to be
you can't
trolls.
really,
Isn't it?
you can't really take people like I don't know, he's had like Liverpool _24 and have like a picture of Klopp holding the Champions League trophy. You can't really take them people seriously. But I always, you know how people always say like Liverpool have got like system players like Firmino, Henderson, etc. Say they all leave, like Firmino leaves, right? And right now he gets lauded as a good player, which he is. But people also say he's a system player. Say he leaves, do you think he'll be able to produce? Let's say he moves to, I don't know, like a Barcelona, but he's not doing the same. Obviously, we know he's not a goal scorer, but he's not producing or linking up play the way he is at Liverpool. Would people still consider him a good player? And same with Henderson.
Go on, Ram. I'll let you guys chat about this.
It's difficult because what he's done for Liverpool is at a borderline world class level, but it's the problem is you have to be really suited towards Firmino. Firmino is the kind of player that you need to not build stuff around him, but he's a very specific player. I think if you put him in a Barcelona team and the way they play is a lot of freedom when they play, I think he might do all right, but not the same level. But if you say like a Henderson moves to like an Inter Milan and does what you say he doesn't perform at the level that he is at Liverpool. I think there'll be a lot of people be saying, "Oh, he wasn't really that good. He's just that Klopp was put him in a certain way. As a footballer, he's not really that good." So I guess maybe I agree with your point. I think
on that as well, like this is why you've got to separate players. Like look at Ronaldo, for example. Doesn't matter what system, what team, what league, he still performs the same way. What manager, different styles of play, still performs the same way. So when people always say he's not even top 3 greatest of all time, blah blah blah, it's like his amount of systems he's played in, different managers he's played in, different leagues he's played in, and he still performs to the same of his own standard. You just have to. That's what separates good players. And I didn't believe in the whole system. This is a system player thing because no one was really talking about system players 10 years ago. It's almost like it literally is like a new thing. So with what was my point? My point was about to be about Henderson.
it was about if Henderson moved to somewhere else, he wouldn't be touted as a great player.
Yeah. So I'm almost not that I want him to fail because I like Henderson as a player. I don't really understand all the flack he gets, etc. But like it is going to be interesting to see when the people like Trent, because Trent's always getting compared to Wan-Bissaka defensively. If he moves to like a Bayern Munich or whatever, and obviously would he perform in the same way he does for Liverpool? And if he fails, for example,
I think for a team like Bayern, the way they play, like the system, I think he'll do all right. I think it's like if you say like a Juventus, he'll probably be flashed out into the centre midfield because I think he'll be suited to the kind of way he plays. But I get what you mean. I think people, the whole system player thing is it's sort of like you said, is a new thing where people try to downplay a player's ability by saying, "Oh, that system caters to what he does," when actually they don't realize how good the actual player is.
Terry was saying it a few days ago on a show, and he said that people and managers now, like, they look for athletes rather than just. It's not all just about ability. They prefer players or managers prefer athletic footballers rather than people who can it's literally like a Thiago Henderson. People prefer players or managers prefer like people like Henderson than a Thiago because like look at Arsenal, for example. We need someone like Henderson. We need someone who can run, cover ground, because we don't have that right now.
I think what you're talking about is down to personal preference. Like, I'll give you an example. Like Xabi Alonso always talks highly about Paul Scholes. Pirlo Xavi said that Paul Scholes is the greatest ever midfielder of all time. But then people like Lothar Matthäus say that he uses Gerrard as the measuring stick for the greatest centre midfielders of all time. And these are two players that are different, have different styles. Mateus is more of a box-to-box kind of player, does a little bit of everything, like a machine, where Pirlo and Xavi are like conductors in an orchestra. They just have the ball, they keep the ball, and they pass it around like as if it's like knife through butter or something like that.
There we go.
Aiden Andrews goes, most players have been system players throughout history, but the term system players wasn't being used.
Well, the term system player, sorry, I'm just getting something on my feet. It's been created via social media to play down the quality of individuals. It's purely an insult. Yeah. It's pure. Oh, you're only good in that system, and there's elements of truth to it when you look at it from how people create the correlation. Is when they say, well, you look at Danny Drinkwater, how good he was in that Leicester system, how it works. Well, but Kante's brilliant in every team he plays in. So it works in some instances and it doesn't in others. The only way you know whether a player is a system player or not, or was only good in that, in that situation is, have they been able to produce those levels again in a different team or in the same team with a new manager? As an example, or does that you look at the United players like the Giggs and the Scholes? Yes, they played in the same team with the same manager, but the systems and the style and the formations changed. So they weren't system players because they played in multiple systems at the same time. So I think that's the way you've got to look at these things at all times. But listen, boys, the games are about to start. We'll chat to you all again soon. Yeah, take care. Thank you.
All right, see you later.
Cheers, boys. All the best. Thank you, gents. Kick off now. Do me a big favor, hit the like and share button. There is a little prize that's going on today as well. If you download Hot Mics right about now, all the information for that is inside our description below. Get that downloaded. Use promo code TFT and our link below and come follow the Football Terrace. Once you've done that, get yourselves across to my Twitter account, @TerryFlewers. Retweet and follow me over there. And as long as you have all those three things done, someone today is going to win a Bruno Fernandes shirt if he scores the first goal. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning the competition, please get that downloaded and get it done. Someone here says, Mark's calling you out on the United stand. Well, I don't believe you. If he is, let him. I don't think he is, though. We move on. There we go. Get Hot Mic downloaded right now. Listen, I have anyone like that. If anyone's going to slag me off, the only way I'll take it seriously is if you at me or you directly come to me. If you're saying it behind my back where I'm not going to see it, I don't care. But I don't actually think he is doing it. So anyone who's spreading those lies on here, they're getting blocked. Getting blocked. Matic is a system player. No, I think Indiana, no. Not by my definition, because he did pretty well at Chelsea, he done very well at Benfica, and he's doing all right again at United. So that's three different teams with three different systems, and he's performed in them. So if you perform for 3 or 4 different managers very, very well in 3 or 4 different systems, I don't think you can be a system player. I think the term system player is you're good in one particular system with one manager. I'll give you an example of someone you could throw into that category, is a Shinji Kagawa. He was brilliant in Jurgen Klopp's Dortmund. Outside of that, not so much. So yeah, that would be an example I would give. There we go. Jordan, I'm very, very good, my friend. Thank you. There we go. Round of applause going on right now. See, Sky, it annoys me. I have to pause it. My Sky stream is always in front of my BT stream by a good minute or so. Like, they've already done the claps. Again, I'm going to have to pause it and then wait for the Man United players to catch up. It's what I love about Melbourne technology. I can get that done. Who else is here with us? So, what's up, Siri? How is Matic a system player? Yeah, I don't get the claim. I don't get the claim. I don't get it. About system players, though, I'm a bit sort of like, I'm not annoyed at the front. I just like all these things. I would just like just give me a definition. The problem is people don't like to define it because they're scared that someone they rate might fit into that because they know it's detrimental. So if you keep it kind of ambiguous and murky and cloudy and unclear, you can throw players in and out of it when it suits your agenda. That's how I tend to find these things, if I'm being honest. So, yeah, I just kind of, I don't really get myself sort of involved with it in that regard, if I'm being honest. What do you mean Mark's crying on the United stand? No, he's not. Stop talking nonsense. Mark's not upset. Just how I know Mark Goldbridge isn't upset. Man's got 700,000 followers. His channel is absolutely flying. He's arguably the biggest individual football YouTuber on the planet. He doesn't care what people like me have got to say. And by the way, I didn't even slag the man off. He doesn't care. So people have just got to stop, leave him alone. Like, he does not care one little bit about me, anything that's going on. He couldn't care less, man. He couldn't care less about any of it, bruv. So let's ignore them things, man. And it's cool. A few people were saying that Mark's jumped onto Hot Mic. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Mark joined, and I got like, the day he joined, I got like 120 new followers because people go, you're there as well. That's the thing. It's cool. It's blessed. A lot of people take it as like a negative. I'm like, nice. It's all good, man. I don't feel intimidated by anybody like that. Have I done the metric system for the players yet? No, not yet. I haven't got around to finishing it. I've been too busy, man. Been too busy. But here we go. Pogba's new haircut. He's looking strong. I haven't seen his new haircut yet. Josh King's playing. Ooh. Josh King's done all right against Man United, though. Like, Josh King's got he's done all right in games against United, proper. Time ban, it says, come on, United. Yeah, hope so. And that's kickoff underway. There we go. Both games underway here at the same time. Both at about the same mark, 20 odd seconds in, which is nice. Martial can't stop smiling. It's because he's happy, bro. It's because he's happy. Remember, Leicester are playing at the same time, so we're bringing you both games at the same time today. I can't remember what screen this game's on. I keep looking at the wrong screen. Man. My God. Rashford on a great little run there from that left-hand side. United are going to dominate here. I just need to tell you all that now up front, just so nobody gets upset. Like, Liverpool are going to dominate this game to epic proportions today. Maguire coming forward here. He's fouled. It's nice little early. Just nice little free kick, nice and early in the game. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. I haven't even seen them at Man United bench. So here you go, United bombing forward though. Ball switched out here wide. It's Greenwood. Oh, he's passed to Pogba's not very good. Pogba then switches the play out here to the left. Is Shaw on the ball. Shaw to Bruno. Matches up with him. Early dominance from Man United. Shaw crosses the ball into the box. No one really there. It's the poor clearance. Shaw picks it up. It's Bruno here at the edge of the box. He passes to Pogba. Or wasn't a good enough pass there from Bruno. And then Pogba's touch was kind of out there. Counter-attack opportunity here for Bournemouth. Ball's crossed over. That's going to be a goal kick to Manchester United. No worries there. No concerns there. United doing this like playing out from the back thing. 2 Bournemouth players at the edge of the Manchester United box. Always makes me a little concerned when I see that. Always just a little bit concerned. I wouldn't say massively concerned, but a little concerned always. You know, I get the ball at the back here. It's Matic. Matic is always doing his thing. Always doing his thing. You know, just moving this ball around nicely at the back. Luke Shaw in possession here. And it's fine to start the game like this. I do see lots of goals today, though. Bournemouth will be up for this. It's Man United. Everybody's up for playing Man United. They'll show heart, but as soon as United break their hearts with a goal, what lovely football and interchange there. Martial's to Greenwood. Martial's on a bit of a run here. He's got, his pass inside wasn't good enough, but Pogba picks it up. Can't quite hold on to it. Bournemouth trying to come here and counter. They're not going to get past Lindelof with that. Lindelof cleared this up nicely. That's good. It's going to be a throw into Bournemouth there. But yeah, that's nicely cleared up. No issues there at all. No issues there at all. Nearly 400 of you tuning in, which is amazing. Thank you all. Make sure you're hitting the like button, share buttons, and downloading Hot Mic. Everybody on my Hot Mic, please hit the share button. Please share the stream for me over there right now on your social media platforms. Be amazing if you could do that for us. Long throw going to be taken here by Bournemouth. And Pogba gets that away nicely. It's one thing I do like about the United team. Even with our skillful play, we've got size in our team and skill, which is important. It's lovely defending there by Victor Lindelof. United trying to pass out here. We can pass out. Oh, Matic gives it away in a dangerous position, though. But he recovers well. So if you make a mistake, you then got to recover it. United are just trying to play themselves out of trouble, which is fine if you can pass through that press. And we have passed through that press now. Now, Luke Shaw is coming down the left-hand side. He's got Rashford out to his left. Got Martial centrally. Looks like he was fouled. Referee says play on. Here goes Rashford. He's going to go on a bit of a dribble. Goes into Martial. Gets the ball back. Gets slightly caught under his feet. But Bruno Fernandes picks it up. He crosses. Not a good enough cross from Fernandes. Nobody was in there anyway. Probably should have held on to the ball there. But every time United come forward, you can see the Bournemouth defensive line start to scatter. Honestly, it's like rat scattering. It's like rat scattering. It really, really is. Still 0-0 in the Leicester game, by the way. We'll keep you updated with that the whole time. Rashford just hit the ground really heavy. Martial fouled there. We're being fouled left, right, and centre. Left, right, and centre at the moment, Manchester United are. Rashford's holding his back. This doesn't look good. Hopefully he's all right. Ooh, it's heavy fall, but he's up. He looks okay, which is, of course, the news we want. We want him to be okay. You know, they do the options on BT Sports to have no added crowd noise. I wish you could do it with crowd noise, but no commentators. It'd be so nice. Here's Matic. Lovely bit of skill by Matic. Oh, he tries to switch the play. It doesn't quite come off. United, it's slickest in this opening 7-8 minutes. They'll certainly want to look to improve that. Now, King's running down this left-hand side. He squares the ball. Lindelof cuts it out and also prevents a corner at the same time, which is nice. It's going to be a goal kick to Man United. Sorry, that wasn't King. It was Stanislas. United are coming for this. Is nicer by United. Greenwood with a lot of space here on the right hand side. He picks the ball up, goes onto his left foot, back to Bruno. Oh, he feints the cross first time. Nice bit of play here. Mason Greenwood on the inside here. It's Matic. The movement, the interchangeability, the fluidity in Man United's football is beautiful. Greenwood squares it to Pogba. He's looking for a bit of space. He dinks it. Oh, it goes for a lovely little dink ball back over to young Mason Greenwood. It doesn't quite come off. But that was a lot better football there by Manchester United. Great play, great speed and movement. Exactly what was needed at that point. And I keep saying this about Man United. If we keep moving the ball in this way, we'll batter them. We'll batter them. Captain Maguire coming out from the back. Bournemouth just backing off here. He plays the ball out to Rashford. Rashford goes for a ball, lovely ball through the middle. It's beautiful. Fernandes is in. Fernandes from Rashford has been phenomenal. Onside Bruno as well. Should have done so much better. It was a delightful pass through to Bruno Fernandes. And that's the one thing with Marcus Rashford's game, which is just superior to that of our other attacking players. His passing range, his passing ability is absolutely brilliant. But that pass by Rashi was so good. And we're just now, in the last 5 minutes or so, just started to knock on that door a little bit harder, started to open up a little bit more, and it will come good. It will come good. And once we score one goal, you will see this Bournemouth side absolutely fall apart. Completely and utterly fall apart. There we go. Bournemouth look rickety. It's like they're having to work so hard just to maintain a foothold in the game. They're trying to play out from the back. The pressure from Man United is far too good. It's far too strong. I do feel a bit for him because they've been a really good team in the Premier League in recent years. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. But right now, it's on top for Bournemouth. 60% of the ball has been with Manchester United. We haven't had many shots yet, but as I say, we've been knocking on that door, and that's what it's all about. And Bruno's played in here. He's down the way he holds the ball up here. He dinks it. Oh, it was a great crossover to Rashford. Nearly found him. Bruno wins the ball back again here. It's just on top here for AFC Bournemouth. Pogba lets it run to Matic, who finds Luke Shaw on the left. Back inside to Matic. Look at the lines. There's a bit of movement here from a few Man United players. They need to break the line. Pogba. Lindelof's now joined the attack from centre-back. Rashford's being found. Rashford. Oh, they just got a touch on the board. Rashford was about to play it through. Troy here for Super Chat says there's a reflection off the game in the silver play button. Thought I'd say just in case you get in trouble. Yeah, that's okay. That won't get you. And little reflections like that are fine. You're not able to. If you were able to see the game clearly through it, then yeah, there would be. Oh, Bruno tries to play a delightful ball over the top to Anthony Martial, slightly over here. But 13 minutes in, the door is now well and truly being knocked upon by Manchester United Football Club. And that pass, I just showed it again by Rashford, is sublime. Absolutely sublime. What am I watching it on? I'm watching BT Sport and Sky at the same time. I also love the fact that 3:00 games are now on TV. It's really nice to like not be bombarded with messages around what illegal stream are you watching. I don't watch illegal streams, but we got bombarded with the questions all the time. Oh, I think they just Leicester just hit the crossbar. Here's Luke Shaw on the left. The attacking for Man United is just so intense here. Rashford to Matic, who then plays the ball to Pogba, who lets it run again to Lindelof. That's the right thing to do. They need to keep the flow of the ball right. Or Lindelof almost plays a 1-2 of himself. Ooh, nearly gets in. He goes to play the ball there, Lindelof. There was a tackle made, and he plays Lindelof in for a one-on-one situation with the Bournemouth goalkeeper. Bournemouth trying to have a little bit of a counter-attack here. Nothing much coming of it. It's going to be a throw-in. Ball was well won there by, I think that was Maguire. But yeah, Lindelof nearly threw a one-on-one opportunity on goal. Oh, almost there. If that was any other player, somebody with a little bit of pace running through, could have been game, set, and maybe match. See, what I'm seeing from this Man United team, like good passing and creativity, but there's a hunger for the ball. We hunt that ball down in packs. There's almost this urgency by Man United to just get the game. Oh, there's an opportunity here. Stanislas shoots. The defending there from Maguire was excellent. Oh, Stanislas! Goal! They've gone 1-0 up. Oh, Bournemouth take the lead. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. How are we getting beat from there? Ball gets knocked in. It's onside. Oh, Maguire just got nutmegged. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's so embarrassing. They got megged and then De Gea gets done at the near post. Oh, my God. That's so embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Like, that is terrible. Oh, my days. Oh, my God. Like, I have to say, that there from... See, Maguire did well in the first instance to stop a shot. Like, he blocked a shot. He challenged for it, and you have to look at it again. He rushes out. He runs at Stanislas too fast, and then he gets himself caught. That was poor defending from Maguire there. But how is De Gea getting beat there at his near post? Awful. It feels like the first real goal we've conceded where we've actually been done. I mean, you could argue it was mistakes again, but that was poor. Especially after the way we were just starting to play. Must do better than that. You know, and the thing with me is everyone knows how much I rate Maguire. However, I won't defend bad play when I see it. That was awful. Got absolutely nutsed. Got nutsed and got done by Junior Stanislas. Jesus. That's not good enough for an £80 million defender. Here's Paul Pogba. Battling there. Loses the ball. Free kick given to Manchester United here. Quite a way out. Need a response now. Need a response now. Looks like Bruno's lining this one up. Still angry after that defending, conceding that goal, man. Rashford hits it. Oh, good save. It was on target. It was very well disguised by Man United. It looked for all intents and purposes, that Bruno was going to hit this. Then Rashford steps up. It's going in. Just didn't quite have the height. A little bit higher. That needed to be another foot, maybe 2 foot higher, and that's a goal. Good save. Good save. Corner of the Man United that's going to be whipped in. Maguire, get your big head on this and make up for that stupid mistake. Lindelof gets his head to it, but that's over the bar. That's going to be a goal kick. It's going to be a goal kick. It's really not good enough. Really not good enough. No, the way we started, I think the biggest disappointment, yeah, the nutmeg is embarrassing because nutmegs always are. The goalkeeping, poor again from David De Gea. But it's losing the impetus that we had. And that's what we need to now get back. The great thing is we conceded the goal early. Rashford here, inside to Matic. Matic to Paul Pogba. Pogba didn't anticipate, overrun slightly. Plays the ball out here to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But this gives Bournemouth something to try and hang on to here. Makes it harder to break them down. There's like some fight in the game now. Right now they've got those 3 points to help save them from relegation. It's going to be hard to tussle off them. We need a goal back soon. Matic here. He tries to switch that play again nicely. Here's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's going to try and deliver this ball into the box. A nice bit of skill from him. Can he get the cross in? He does. At the flex. That's going to be a Manchester United corner here. Really good play there by AWB to get that ball into the box. Bruno Fernandes is going to stand over this. Oh, that's not a bad cross. Luke Shaw picks it up. Luke Shaw shoots. That's well blocked there by, I think that's by Brooks. Rashford gets a head down. Oh, Greenwood almost in. It's not going to be a corner. Oh, Rashford brings that down. Oh, Greenwood's almost there. We're getting close. And that's why I say we've got to stay relaxed as a fan base here and not get too jittery, panicking, ain't crazy, because it will come good today. I'm very, very confident in this team. And listen, you can concede goals. You can concede goals in games. You can make bad mistakes defending. It happens on a regular basis. You criticize it when it does, but it does happen on a regular basis. And we just need to be strong enough to get through this now. Free kick given away here. Dangerous position here for Bournemouth. What we don't want to be doing here is conceding another goal. Conceding another goal here at this point would be awful, because it sends Man United backwards. Free kick taken by Bournemouth. Oh, Lindelof leaves it. It looked like he got a call. It's a poor clearance there. Still can get this into the box. Bournemouth is in there. It's Rashford who ends up getting it away. Stanislas again. He shoots. That's over the crossbar. Cannot afford to concede another goal. Why are people saying there's no sound? Is there no sound? No, there must be. You guys are bugging. Drinks break now. Probably a good time for Man United actually to have a little bit of a regroup, take a bit of a breather, and try and come back out stronger. Solskjaer looks pissed. That Solskjaer looks proper pissed. And he should be as well, by the way. Like, right now, if I'm Ollie, I'm raging at the team. Raging at them. It's so bad. They're just showing it again here. She's got his angles wrong there, De Gea. United coming forward down the left here. Good play. Here's Greenwood. Puts the ball inside here to Matic. Matic cuts it back inside. It's Rashford. Touch. Turns. Plays the ball lovely out wide here to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who puts it onto his left peg. Bruno, first time cross. Oh, it's just about cleared. Matic then cleans up. He's got Maguire on the outside of him. If he needs him, he does. He goes back to him here. He needed to do that. Still 0-0 between Leicester and Palace as it stands right now. United just looking to get themselves back into this game. Just need to open up Bournemouth. Oh, poor pass there. Bournemouth now have the ball back again. Nice play. Oh, it's lovely there. Great touch. Rashford gets it to Pogba. Pogba out to AWB, who crosses. It's a really good cross by AWB. It's well defended in the end there by Bournemouth. United are dominated in this game. We are the strongest team. Oh, Lindelof's going to get done here. Josh King gets to the ball first. Sizes him up. He squares it. Oh, Maguire. That's lovely defending there by Maguire. That's what I want to see more from you, boy. That's what I want to see more from you, boy. That's what I want to see more from you, boy. That was much better. Much, much better. Junior Stanislas going forward again here. Tries a reverse pass. United win it back. Got a spring on them here now. Mason Greenwood bringing it out. Plays it inside to Rashford. Rashford, first time pass over the top to Bruno Fernandes. Oh, it's too much on that ball. It goes out for a throw. Really disjointed Man United performance as it stands right now. And I say disjointed. There's moments of brilliance and then there's really poor play like that. Got to get heads back in the game here. Still a little shook from that goal 10 minutes ago. And that's been the problem. Matic here plays the ball. Oh, lovely pass to Rashford. Good touch from Rashford. inside to Bruno. Bruno onto his left foot. Squares it. It's Mason Greenwood! Oh! Mason Greenwood with the equaliser. Bruno Fernandes with the assist. Marcus Rashford. And of course, Matic heavily involved in the build-up to that goal. It was coming. And that's what I meant a few moments ago by disjointed. 1 minute brilliant. The next minute a little bit poor. But we get the equaliser. We're back in the game. And that was great thinking there. Rashford is onside. Excellent control from him. Plays it to Bruno. Bruno's first touch is brilliant. It sends a defender out the right way. He squares it to Greenwood. Then Greenwood with an absolutely thunderous shot. A thunderous shot from the right left-hand side of the box. And it corners in the end after the goal. He does get a slight hand to it. Into the roof of the net. Man United equalise. We're back, baby. Don't worry about the mistake. Don't worry about the mistake. This Man United team has got talent in abundance. Talent in abundance. Great goal there by Manchester United. Great goal. And do you know what? There's an element of me, hindsight's lucrative. If we can turn this around from going 1-0 down, it also sends another message that we are growing from a mental strength point of view and growing in mentality, because we used to concede in those games and then die. And we're getting better. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Here's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, go to square the ball. That's going to be looks like, I don't know if it's a corner or a throw-in. I can't tell whether it went out or not. And of course, I can't listen to the commentary for copyright reasons. But what a goal. That's lovely there by Bruno. Bruno crosses again. Oh, just over Rashford's head. Here's Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, cross. Oh, Luke Shaw's pass was so poor there to Greenwood. Greenwood fell over trying to win it. And AWB, look at that tackle by AWB. But it's won back by Bournemouth who look to counter. They just knocked the ball over the top. Junior Stanislas here. Bournemouth are going to have a go here. Stanislas is slicing up Lindelof. He goes on to his right foot. He shoots. And that's well defended there. Bruno brings it down. This game right now is a million miles an hour. It's a lovely pass by Bruno there to Martial. Martial was fouled. It's another deliberate foul there by a Bournemouth player. Something needs to be done. Brilliant there. Jefferson Llama has now been booked. It's now been booked. There we go. Martial's obviously got that knock. I'm telling you that Mason Greenwood is the real deal, and that's a nice another little goal contribution for ours truly in Bruno Fernandes. Rashford shoots. That deflects. Oh, I didn't know where it was going. My camera angle didn't show me where it was going. It's going to be a corner to Man United. Oh, I'd love Rashford to get a goal today. I'd love him to get a goal. Now listen to me. Ladies and gentlemen, do me a big favour. Please share this stream right now with friends and family. I know we get new subscribers every day. We'd love to do it. Corner here. United seem to be in the ascendancy. The ball's crossed in. Oh, unlucky. Luke Shaw here. Dinks it over. Handball! 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 Penalty given. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I don't know if it is actually absolutely right. I need to see. It looks a little bit harsh. I'm going to call handball because I'm a Man United fan. Of course I am. Martial heads it down. Yeah, that's handball for me. That's handball every single day of the week. Handball every single day of the week. Oh, I don't know. They might overturn that, to be fair. They might overturn it, to be fair. Martial is onside when that ball was crossed. Nathan Ake was playing him onside. No, that's handball. I just see that angle there. That's handball, bruv. That's handball, bruv. I think. I don't know what's going on because I can't hear anything. There we go. Marcus Rashford is stepping up. Marcus Rashford. I actually would prefer Bruno taking this. I can't even watch. VR, just checking that it was onside. I could see it was onside without the lines. Here goes Marcus Rashford. Shoots. Oh, he scores it. He buries it. He puts it away. 2-1 to Manchester United Football Club. Sir Marcus Rashford on the score sheet. That lead for Bournemouth didn't last too long. Man United in the ascendancy. Rashford back amongst the goals. Goal number 20. Where are you, haters? He'll never score 20 goals in a season. There you have it. Rashford with his 20th goal. Man United in the lead. Floodgates are opening. Oh, yeah, baby. There we go. Happy, happy days with that. Now, look, we've got 10 minutes until the end of the first half. Now we go out there now and let's get ourselves another goal. Let's get ourselves ahead in this game. Let's do this now, Man United. Recover from that mistake. Oh, Maguire gives the ball away. It must be offside there. He is. It looks stonewall offside that, but we'll see. Someone here says, lucky, lucky Ollie. How did lucky... he better be offside here. Yeah, thank God for that, he is. What do you mean lucky, lucky Ollie? It's not lucky. We were dominating the game. Your defender makes a mistake and you concede, and then you continue dominating the game and you score 2 goals. Vardy's in. Oh, Vardy doesn't do so well. There we go. Here we go. Lindelof on the ball here. I feel quite happy, like we've kind of recovered a bit after that goal. And that's the confidence that I now have in this Manchester United team. That we are going to have... But listen, we're never going to be perfect. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to have games where we can see goals first, where defenders get... a team does something brilliant or a goalie makes... Something's going to happen. But it's about how you respond to that. And I'm telling you now, this Man United team 6 months ago would have lost. And by the way, we're not out of the woods yet. We've got to come good. But the signs are so positive. Score another couple of goals now by the 60th minute. Take your big boys off. Not good enough past that. It's lovely there by Maguire. It's beautiful. Anthony Martial here on the ball. Oh, he plays it inside to AWB. AWB, it's just not the ball. There wasn't enough pace on the pass, really. That needed to be a stronger pass there. Bournemouth's only real tactic is to knock the ball long into the channels for their pacey front men. That's it. That's all they got. That's all they got for Man United. That's it. Bournemouth coming forward again here. I just tweeted. I just tweeted that Mason Greenwood is better than Mbappe. The amount of people that took the bait is mad. Is a madness. It's a madness. It's like, do they really think I mean it? Honestly, I can't believe people actually take it seriously. It's clearly a joke. United here trying to counter. That was like another foul. Bournemouth, though, I'll give them their credit. They've looked sort of dicey going forward. You know, it looks a little bit. There's a nice bit of slickness to their game here. So we need the third goal now. It'd be nice to get it before half time, just to sit them down, shut them up. Ball played long to Martial. Oh, that wasn't as bad as it looked. It's well cleared. Rashford's been really good with his head today, clearing out from the box. It's love. Oh. There we go. Oh. What a tackle there by Rashford. That's brilliant. Oh, his pass is an awful. I always find that sort of thing so annoying. When, like, I always find it annoying when you have a moment like that where someone does something really brilliant. And it probably happens 10 times a weekend across the league, maybe 20, 30 times a weekend, where someone will do something brilliant, like they'll track someone back and a great tackle. And you think, oh, brilliant. And then their pass just loses possession again, or it doesn't really come off. I see it happen earlier as well. AWB provides a brilliant tackle, but then he tries to pass the ball from the floor to somebody else and gives it straight back to Bournemouth. It's like, oh, what's the point of the tackle now? But there we go. Here's Harry Maguire moving forward. Plays the ball out wide here to Martial that finds himself wide on the left. Bruno here. Oh, Bruno switches the play. Couldn't quite see the opening here. Aaron Wan-Bissaka They're trying to get this ball into the box for one final play here before the end of the first half. I would say though, there's got to be at least 3 minutes of time added on. If you include the water break and the 3 goals. 3 goals theoretically is meant to add around 40 to 50 seconds per goal for injury time. Plus, there've been natural stoppages and everything else. But let us see. Matic here on the ball. The football's good. What I would say, though, Bournemouth, though, have been on it. I suppose the only issue that Bournemouth might have is how long can they stay playing at this level of... I mean, they've conceded 2 goals. Scored a goal against a run-up. Luke Shaw looked offside there. Luke Shaw's in, though. That was almost an own goal. I think offside has now been given. Yeah, it did look offside when it went over. That's a little bit lazy there by Luke Shaw. Just keep your eye on the line. Just showing this goal again by Greenwood. What a shot. And that shows that the power of that shot hits the goalie's hand. They can't stop it. It just flies into the roof of that net still. Phenomenal. Second half's going to be big. Score in the Leicester game is 0-0. Score in the Leicester game is 0-0 as it stands right now. United coming forward again here. Trying to get this 3rd goal before the break. Here's Bruno. Bruno just been involved in everything today. Finds Matic. Matic, he puts it onto his left peg. Martial's obviously out to the left-hand side. Found by Bruno. Go on, Martial. Have a run. Martial. He's going to shoot. He shoots. Oh! 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 Martial! Oh, my God! Oh, baby! Did you see that? I told you we were going to score lots of goals today. I told you we were going to dominate today. Oh, and it couldn't be any better. All 3 of the boys at the front. 3 Avengers have scored today. We've got to work out what Avengers they are. Bruno Fernandes with another assist. And Martial, what a goal! What a goal! Oh, my God! Oh, Martial, baby! Martial, baby! Oh! Oh, my days. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did you just see that? Oh! Now, Rashford's going forward now. He plays in Greenwood. Greenwood finds Anthony Martial. Come on, let's go for another goal. Rashford, back to Martial. Oh, the ball gets caught in his feet. We're nearly in again. On toast, baby. On toast, baby. On toast, baby. Oh. Oh, Rashford. Oh, he tries to thread the ball in there. It's going to be half time now. But, baby, where's all the haters gone? Where are the haters at? Where are the haters at, boy? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, baby. What a first half performance by Manchester United. Absolutely scintillating football. 3 goals. We had to come from behind because we made a mistake. But we came back firing. The rivals, the haters. Y'all scared, boy. That performance was sensational. Sensational. And there's still 45 minutes of this wonderful football to come. Call the show right now. Skype lines are open. Please download Hot Mic. Get yourselves involved on Hot Mic right now. Amazing application to be involved with. But what a reaction from Man United. Elite mentality. KJ's in the house. KJ, the Avengers, baby. Mentality, baby. Tell me what you're thinking.
Martial, go! Oh my word. That is insane.
Yep.
Terry?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Your signal's just a bit poor.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I actually moved locations, so I'm not in my house. I'm trying to get better connections out here. But yeah, man, that goal was insane.
I mean, it was just absolutely. It was just. I can't even talk about the goal. I'm just looking at the replay again now on my phone here, and just out of this world. Just out of this world.
Yeah.
Almost. I mean, for a single struck shot, probably the best goal he scored for Manchester United, in my opinion. But yeah, just sensational. What do you make of the overarching performance from Man United? You know, we were playing goal well, went a goal down. What's your thoughts on the way we've reacted?
We reacted strongly. We reacted well. Reacted in a way that I believe that we would. Like, I actually, for the first time in a while, wasn't vexed that we conceded. Like, that angry, because I knew, like, we're going to get a goal anyway. So, like, I was very relaxed and calm. Overall, as a performance, we're actually not doing that well. Like, we're not as clean and as fluid as we normally have seen in the last 3 games prior. So yeah, like, the fact that we're not at our strongest and at our best, and we're still slapping these man 3-1 is wonderful to see. Also, the proper Mason, chosen one, Greenwood, bruv. Mason, Greenwood, RVG, boy, the star boy. What have I been saying about this kid, man? The way he struck that ball was just absolute ferocity.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It was sensational. I mean, again, I've not been overly disappointed. I think a lot of the disjointedness, I think that's us as Man United fans having to get used to, again, having a creative team that are trying things. In terms of when there's lots of movement and lots of moving parts, there are going to be times where Bruno and Pogba are not on the same wavelength, where Bruno will make a run short and Pogba's ball will go long and think, it's falling apart. But it's because actually we're tiring them out. And even though they scored first, Bournemouth, the whole time they just looked, for me, shaky. They look like when you watch a boxing fight and a guy's in there, but you can tell at any moment that haymaker is going to land because he's being peppered with jabs and 1-2s. I felt that's what we were doing to them. And it's another game where we've just another 3 goals in the first half. Display is just out of this world. And yeah, I mean, from my point of view,
all the front 3 as well, all front 3 scoring at least 1 goal. And to be fair, their interchange has been beautiful to watch today. I've seen all of them and all 3 positions of the forward 3 area. So Terry, when you're saying Ollie's fluid football, we're starting to see Ollie's fluid football, man.
Bro, and this is the thing. I've tweeted out and I've really wound up half of the internet. I've wound up half the internet by saying that Greenwood's better than Mbappe. Purely a joke. Right, and you can see the anger from some people with it. But the point up, the fluid football thing is a seriousness for me. The fluid football thing is real for me. You can see it. If anybody just watch the second half and you just watch the interchangeability and the movement of our players, it's what breaks down low block. It's what breaks down the low block. The difference is now, compared to when Bruno wasn't here and Pogba was injured, is that when the ball gets into the individuals that are playing the Lingard and Pereira roles now, when the balls are now going into those players, we've got quality to be able to control the ball correctly and then play the right pass. It's sensational. Absolutely, for me, sensational first half. You look at Fernandez's performance today. 3 chances created, 2 assists for him as an example. And I think obviously very, very nice of him to also let Rashford had the penalty to get his first goal back. And, he's going to end up getting a hat-trick of assists today, or at least a hat-trick of goal contributions today, Bruno Fernandes. And what did I tell everyone about this guy? He will score and create somewhere to in 90% and above goal contribution ratio. That's what he's going to do for Man United. And it's why I tell everyone he's the best. He's literally the best. He is the best attacking midfielder in the world, because no one's doing it at the level of numbers that he's doing. And when you're an attacking player, numbers are important. And if you've got an attacking midfielder that in 90% of your games scores or creates actual goals, you're going to win the majority of games you play in.
Yeah, man. Like literally, like I am so happy with the team that we've got, man. Like I cannot complain at all.
We got Cameron.
And
We got
from
Cameron on the line as well here, bro. Cameron, what you saying, bruv?
Man, it's so nice having a team that are so creative now.
Yeah.
Like how refreshing is it to because back, I think there's a point where we go 1-0 down, and it's just nerves and tension and anxiety, wondering if the squad is actually capable of getting back into the game. And it's just so nice now to be able to see a Manchester United team that's trying new things and fighting to.
Sorry, Cameron. I think you just come 1 second. Sorry, mate, Cameron. I don't know what's going on, but it's really noisy in the background, mate. There, let's mute you now. Go on, Brian. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I was just saying, like, I thought that West Ham beating Chelsea would mount a lot of pressure on this Manchester United team, and they might struggle to cope with it, as we've seen them struggle to cope with pressure in the past. But I mean, it's just been a breeze for them. And I think like that Martial goal right before halftime will make the nerves settle even more going into the second half. The top four is theirs to take this season. Getting in there is theirs to take. The run-in favors them so much.
It does, and a few people have said to me recently, "Oh, you're lucky because of the run-in." And my view is, well, we've already played the better teams. So, Arsenal and Chelsea have got much tougher games, but we've already played those tougher teams. Like we've had to go through that this season. It isn't like this is a 10-game season and we had all the easy teams and other people had all the hard teams. It's quite literally the other way around. In my opinion, like if you get where I'm coming from, we've already had to play the hard teams, so we're benefiting from it now in relation to that. But I've just been really, really impressed with everything that we've done today. Cameron, how about yourself, mate?
Boys, man, done 5-star skills.
Yeah.
Holding R2. Oh, I'm just impressed with the response. Like I think again, we're like, instead of people focusing on the mistake or whatever, I looked at what happened and it was like I thought it was kind of just great skill, but also shocked it went in. But it was just great to see the response. Like that's the difference in our team now. We go down, we come back. It's like I'm not worried if we're down. Remember we go down 1-0 and you're like, oh well, that's it, game over. Like you would think that you would literally feel the game was over after they scored first, and now you're thinking that's all right. We got 3-4 goals in us. We're okay.
Yep, mate, and that's the big thing. I'm disappointed with the goalkeeping and the defending on that. I think he actually rushed in there, Maguire.
But that's part of De Gea's technique, though. That's always been a part of his game, right?
Yeah.
De Gea always turns that knee out to try to nullify space, and he didn't quite get his technique right. And I think you see that's like. I see that as a part of De Gea maybe not being at his very best that we've seen. I think De Gea at his best that never goes in. It never goes in. But
you also can't get nutmeg there.
Yeah, no, I'm more annoyed. I'm more annoyed at the nutmeg. Because I think Maguire, he rushes in. That's why he gets nutmegged. If he starts to slow down his run 2 paces sooner, he doesn't get nutmegged, and that goal doesn't go in. And he has to take that on the chin. He has to take that embarrassment. He has to take the L on that one. But these things happen in football matches. And this is the point. Yeah. I think Man United fans, rivals are going, 80 million. Great. It's embarrassing. We know it is. We can accept that. We're men. We're strong. We take it on the chin. However, Man United 6 months ago, I don't think would have been able to turn the game around. We're now in a position where we can make mistakes every now and then, but we can recover from them. And that's the difference between us now and a few months ago. And listen, Fergie, I saw Rio and Vidic in their pomp make mistakes that led to us conceding goals. But no one focuses on that because primarily we won the games we played in and we won trophies. So to think that we can't make... To hate on a United player for making a mistake or Ollie for us to make is stupid. What I was hating on the club for before is we'd make a mistake, but we could never recover. And half of that is a mental battle. So, I'm really impressed with everything that we've seen in that first half. Really, really impressed.
Now, not to get too much into the weeds of a conversation here, and feel free, Terry, if you feel like maybe this isn't something we should entertain too much. But Maguire, I think, as a part of a unit, as a part of the unit that is the Manchester United back four, is a very strong addition to it. But I think one-on-one, he's probably one of the weakest defenders that we have, surely based on his pace. I think that when he comes up against players with tricks and with skill and with a bit of a turn of pace, he's gonna make those mistakes. We saw it against Bergwijn. We've seen it against Stanislas. I think that has to be something that we think about. But hopefully, he will improve and get better as a Manchester United player, so that he'll be able to kind of like nullify those weak areas of his game. What do you think about that?
I don't think that's going into the weeds. I think that's a very fair point. Anyone who lacks pace is in a, go back and watch John Terry. If he was isolated one-on-one, he got done quite a bit. However, Chelsea generally built a system where that didn't happen too often. And with Maguire, in fairness, it's not happening every single game. It's happening every now and then. And there are and what I found, again, where John Terry and players of his level benefited in his era is, I feel in that generation, this new generation of pacey players we have in playing football are technically better than the older generation. When you think of the Theo Walcotts of this world, they were just pace as opposed to pace and intricacy and skill. And I think that's where it is. And by the way, Maguire isn't as good as John Terry either. So absolutely right. When he gets exposed one-on-one, it's not hard. I mean, I don't know how fast you two are at running. I think I could beat Maguire in a race, right? Maybe when I was fit enough.
Hands down. Not even close. I would crush him in a race.
So the point being, if you're up against him one-on-one, if you knock the ball past him, you're beating him. Do you get where I'm coming from? So United need to do something to structurally, and that's why I said if you stick a Koulibaly, someone of that level, next to a Maguire, I think you see a completely and utterly different Manchester United backline, because you have that cover and you can just structure it in a way. And I don't know how to do this because I'm not a coach, where we try our best to get the speed merchant in the one-on-one situations, and you have Maguire as the more sweeper. Did you get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
That's how I would do it. And by the way, and that's not a slight on Maguire, because I think you need him for the organizational levels. He's brilliant in the air. And yeah, so I don't have any major concerns with him. It's just that element of his game ain't great. If you put John Terry up against a man with pace, the man he'd be getting striped, you know? But that's why the Sol Campbells and the Rio Ferdinands were so elite, because and that's also why Virgil van Dijk is the best in the world, because if you do him, other than that situation there where he's right close to goal, generally he's got the speed to recover. And I saw Rio get away with that. On the handful of times you see Rio get done, he could catch up. Other than towards the end of his career, when the pace went a little bit, and then he got exposed a few more times. But that's because that happens. But I think the focus here is Man United are in a position now where we can recover from going goals down, which we couldn't do, in my opinion, 6 months ago. So it will become less of a topic. But I do get where you're coming from. I think we added somebody else to the call. I'm not sure if we did. No, we didn't. But there we go. Boys, listen.
How many goals are Rashi and Martial on?
15 apiece in the league.
20.
20 all comps.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both on 20 all comps and
That's
15 apiece in the league. It's insane how well they're playing right now.
But we didn't replace Lukaku. Amazing. That's the difference. That's why I love this Ollie ball style, because all the forwards, it seems, have been impacted on his coaching style, his merit. Because I remember Jose once saying, you can't improve your strikers. You can't teach a striker. Like, it's all natural. Then you see Ollie come in, and all of a sudden, every one of our strikers have improved significantly.
And the fluidity of the play has even improved from the beginning of the restart, where Martial picked up the ball and scored his goal from the position that he used to play in when he first got to Manchester United, off that left.
But you know what you've seen there, but what you have just seen there is the point of Ollie ball and fluid football. It's the literal point of it. It's where we now have players, and that's the one thing about, everyone knows how much I rate Haaland as an example. But that's the kind of goal where I don't want to have a Haaland at Manchester United, because at the end of the day, without sounding harsh to him, he isn't like Haaland. For me, can't score that kind of goal. He can't drift out to that left-hand side and do that, in my opinion. He just literally cannot do what we have just witnessed, if you get where I'm coming from. But boys, listen, I appreciate you all coming on. Second half is literally about to kick off in a few moments. Eric Bailly is coming on actually for Lindelof. I think that might be an injury to him. Again, I think Eric Bailly, if he stays fit, improves Maguire. And by the way, that's the whole point of a team. The whole point of a team is the people around you improve you. So there we go. But boys, enjoy the second half. I think I've sent you all links for the Cameron. I couldn't find you on Twitter again. Send me a message on DM. I've sent you boys links for fan cams afterwards. Boys, speak to you later.
Sounds good.
Cheers, lads. Bye bye. There we go. Yeah, fan cams afterwards, ladies and gents. Second half is going to start very, very soon. Substitutions just being made as it stands right now. But yeah, like as I say, you know, there's still things to improve at Man United, and no one's going to get carried away. But the recovery is brilliant. And what you will see, and I can predict this to you now, ladies and gents, the rivals are only going to focus on one thing, and that's going to be Maguire's getting nutmegged. That's going to be it. It's cool. That's as embarrassing as... Remember when Arsenal fans were celebrating... they celebrated the fact that they managed to dribble past Maguire. They managed to dribble, past... I can't remember his name now. What's his face? Van Dijk. Imagine that's the only thing in the game you've got to celebrate. That's all our rivals have got right now. Oh, your defender got dribbled past. Great, cool. I'd only be disappointed if we didn't recover. And every time, that's what you got to look at. It's how do you recover? Like, are you recovering from that? Did you bounce back from it? So second half is now underway. It's going to be an interesting second half for United because Bournemouth are going to come at Man United now. What they have to do, that look like handball. Penalty's been given. Jesus Christ, Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly just giving a penalty away as soon as he come on for handball. That's mad. What have they... And they hit the post. I didn't even see that. What are they giving it for? That? Outside the box. Oh, no, it's inside the box. I thought they gave it for the shot that was blocked. If it's based on the lines I'm seeing now, then yeah, I suppose it is a penalty. But that's mad harsh. Actually, no, it's not. It's mad stupid. I'm not even going to call it harsh. It doesn't deserve to be called harsh. Stupidity. Leicester have just scored in their game. Penalty given. My word. My word. Stupid from Eric Bailly. Absolutely stupid from Eric Bailly. Oh, it's 2-1 now. Jesus Christ, man. I don't like conceding goals anytime. But that, Eric Bailly, man, that is a madness. There we go. Now United got to pick up again now this second half. Jesus Christ. Now, from my point of view, it is a penalty. I'm not going to defend it. It's just stupid. Ball played into Bruno. Bruno brings it back across, but Rashford's nearly there. Oh, what annoyed me about it? It's like 2 goals today we've given away from stupidity. They're coming forward again here. They've got the overlap on. It's 3-3. Offside's been given. Come on, what are we doing? Eric Bailly, wake up! Wake up! Wake up! This is one thing that Ollie needs to address. This is complacency by Manchester United. You know, just stupid. Genuinely stupid. Put ourselves under unnecessary pressure now. 3-1 up, cruising. They come out like a bull in a china shop. Fair play to them. But we didn't need to. That's a stupid way to go. I've seen people defending Bay online. What are you defending him for? It's handball. You could see the ball touching his goddamn bicep. Saying it's his shoulder. None of that blind defending of players here, man. It's 100% a penalty. The only way it wasn't a penalty is if it was outside the box. But it was. Just made it hard for ourselves now. I have to pick it up again. I have to score another goal again now. Matic moving forward here. Oh. But yeah, I mean, Matic's pass to him wasn't great, but he didn't need to do that. You know, giving a corner away is far less dangerous than a bloody penalty. Oh, it's lovely between Rashford and Bruno here. Bruno back to Rashford. See, the interchangeability and the fluidity is great. We just can't let the goal unsettle us here. Oh, the pass is brilliant. Matic. Oh, he should have played it first time. Here's Bruno again on the left. Luke Shaw, opportunity to cross. He does. It deflects. Martial brings it down on his chest. It's lovely. Martial, Rashford. Oh, United just trying to pick their way through. Mason Greenwood here. Go on, have a little run. Mason Greenwood. He's trying to get it onto. He shoots. Oh my God! Oh my boy wonder, Mason Greenwood, Gumwood, RVP, reborn. Oh my God! Ah boy, he's a superstar, baby. He's a superstar, baby. He's a superstar, baby. He's a superstar. He's a superstar. That's all he is. He's a superstar, and it's Mason Greenwood. Oh my God, did you see that goal? Fluid football, Ollie ball. Here it is. Oh, wow. Oh my God. That's Ollie ball, baby. That's fluid football. Sit down, haters. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. Absolutely amazing by Manchester United. Well, we're just checking if the goal was offside in the build-up to it. It wasn't. Oh, imagine having that chalked off. 4-2 here. And just stupid goals. Just letting us down today. But let's just play ball now. We've got the lead back straight away. Fluid football in action here. Fluid football. Here goes Rashford. Rashford can play Mason in. He does. Mason Green was on a hat-trick here, you know. It's a good cross. Oh, nice cross in there by AWB. I want one more goal in substitutions. Martial's in here. He cuts it back. Oh, it nearly finds Bruno. They're sitting so deep in their own. Oh, giving away again. Rashford here. Touch, turn. Pogba! Oh, I'd love Pogba to get his goal. If we actually score 6 goals today, but because of them stupid goals we can see, I'd be so annoyed. Martial here. Oh, it's a nice bit of defending. Bruno picks it up. Bruno to AWB to Mason. Back to Bruno Fernandes. Puts it inside. That's a foul. It's going to be a free kick in a dangerous area here for Manchester United Football Club. It truly, truly is. Pogba and Bruno and Rashford standing over this. I'm not too sure who's going to take it. Again, it looks like Bruno, but you never quite know with this Man United team. You never quite know who's going to step up and hit this. It looks like Bruno with a short run up. Dink it up and over that wall. But it could be Pogba, you don't know. It is Bruno. It's a goal! Bruno! 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 Man United with another goal. It's 5 on the night. Bruno Fernandes with a hat-trick of goal contributions today. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Add a goal to it. What's going on? What are they checking for here? Are they saying Matic's offside or something? What are they checking? I don't know. I haven't got commentary. It's onside. There's nothing wrong with that. Proper checking these things today, you know. I don't really get what's wrong with it. I get why they got to check it, but that should take 20 seconds to, like, less than a second to check, and it's fine. It's goal number 5, baby. Bruno with that goal. Bruno Fernandes is the real deal, baby. He is the real deal. The real deal. What are Bournemouth going to try and do here? That's 2 goals in this first. Again, just other than a couple of stupid defensive mistakes, we'd have been in such a good position today. Ball's whipped in here. It's well cleared by Maguire. Listen to this, man. I just looked at the stats. In 771 minutes of Premier League football that Bruno Fernandes has played, that equates to 8.5 games. He has 11 goal contributions, 6 goals and 5 assists. That is absolutely phenomenal. That is phenomenal by any standard. By any standard. By any standard whatsoever. I need to update the scores. Sorry, I've had so many things I'm doing here. I'm prepping for the latest shows and everything at the same time. But that is absolutely astounding. Substitutions got to be made, though. Get some fresh legs on here. Don't want to risk any injuries. But what do you know what's annoying me? Barring a couple of stupid mistakes at the back that actually are still bothering me, it's just sensational. Here's Luke Shaw on the ball. What a switch. What a switch of play. Bruno nods it down. Here goes Mason Greenwood down that right-hand side. Cuts it in to Pogba. Pogba here to Martial. Pogba on the ball. He's got AWB out to his right. He finds it, crosses it. Rashford! 6! Oh, that's number 6 for Man United. Oh, he's been given us offside. He's been given us offside. Let's see here. Let's see. The great thing is with VAR is you always get a second chance. It did look a bit offside to me. But we will see when this is hit. Oh, yeah, he's off. He's off. He's definitely offside. We'll wait to see the lines. Oh, but the lines make him look on. He's onside. He's on. Oh, no, it might not be. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, he's off by like a millimetre. I've gone with the shoulder. Oh, yeah, Rashford's offside. He's offside. He's offside. But it is so close. Oh, that was close. So close to being number 6. We're actually getting another goal. Oh. Bournemouth looking to come forward here. United just got to stay focused now. All United have got to do now is just stay focused. Bruno Fernandes has been taken off. Oh, no, he's not his drinks break. I'm not sure he might be taken off. I'm not 100% sure what's going on anymore in this game. My head's kind of gone. But yeah, it's been a sensational performance really overall by Manchester United. There's no denying that by anybody. It's been very, very good indeed. There we go. See what a few people here are saying. Townbank says pleased overhaul. Yeah, I'm pleased with United's performance overall. I am. Just annoyed at a few of the defensive mistakes. See, one was a defensive mistake, and then one was just a moment of stupidity, really, from Bailly. But aside from that, we've been really, really comfortable. And those things are not going to happen week in, week out, game in, game out. So, oh, David De Gea, they were a really bad pass. I keep saying that, and then we do it again. Well covered there by Fred. Who did Fred come on for? Matic. Fred now trying to break forward. Fred to Bruno on this left-hand side. But we don't have another game now till Thursday, though. So we don't necessarily need to take lots of players off at 60 minutes now. It isn't like we're playing every... there's a nice little gap now between now and our next game for recovery for people. Lovely play there by Martial. Comes on the inside. He's got Bruno who finds him. Bruno goes back to Pogba. Pogba just loving this deep role at the moment in Man United. I think he's loving it. Just controlling these midfields. Dominating the ball. Bruno then being able to go forward and do the creative work. Bruno's pass inside there to Martial is beautiful. Martial. Oh, he tried to square it to Greenwood. It's going to be Martial trying to just drive his way through the middle. That was going to be difficult trying to get through three players. Pogba then intercepts. You see what this team does there. So hard for opponents. Bay goes out wide here to AWB. It's got all the time in the world. He's going to get his... he should have crossed the ball. He pulls it back here to Fred. Fred's going to look to play on the inside of Pogba. He doesn't. He brings Maguire into play here. Maguire puts it onto his right foot. Goes out to Fred. Fred back to Bruno. See that Bruno's on the left. He's in the middle. He's in the right. The fluidity is amazing. Welcome to Ollie Ball, people. Welcome to Ollie Ball. Fred. Oh, he's passed. He's brilliant to Martial. Rashford lets it run. It's Luke Shaw. Oh, that was a great dummy. Martial! It's blocked. There's going to be a corner to Man United. I'm glad we have not stopped playing. I'm glad we're still trying to score. I'm glad we're still trying to play. That's the best thing for us to do in this situation, in my opinion. We sit back and become defensive and things like that. I think we'll find ourselves in a little bit of trouble, actually. I think we need to just play our game and do what we do, really. Ball's whipped in. Oh! I thought that was going to be an own goal. That would have probably just summed up the day completely there for Bournemouth, really. Mason Greenwood now in the central positions here. Finds Luke Shaw wide on the left. Martial back to Luke Shaw. Oh, that was broken down. Bournemouth are now going to try and come forward and score. But they're not going to want to overcommit. I mean, I want them to. I want them to really push at Man United here and try and do something. Dan James coming on here. Who's he going to bring off? I don't want it to be, but yeah, I had a feeling it'd be Greenwood. Well played, though, Greenwood. Greenwood's 2 goals, so important for United. The equaliser and then that fourth. Like, Greenwood, for me, coming up with the 2 most incisive and required, important goals for Man United today. Well played there, Mason. Well played there, Mason. Oh, my God. De Gea and Bay getting into a mess again. De Gea's got to command his box so much better. Poor by Man United. That's the one thing that's let us down today. Defensively, we haven't been sharp enough. Second goal of the game here for Leicester. Leicester go 2. The new Leicester would win today. That's why it was important we did as well. A new Leicester would pick up their first victory in a while. That's that game over and done with. Yeah, Man United do find themselves in a... Oh, that was so bad as well by Palace to try playing out from the back. Sacco. Oh, he slipped. Oh, my days. What a gift. I didn't see the goal. I just see it then. Wow, what a gift. Bruno, first time. Oh, that... Oh, unlucky. Martial could have controlled that. What a pass it would have been there from Bruno. Still 13 minutes to go today. See, Bay covers that off well. Pogba's pass cut out, but because of the... Oh, it's poor ball inside by Rashford, but well won back by Fred. These options now. Fred still working really hard, this Bournemouth team, though. Dan James getting his first little bit of involvement since coming on. That's a lovely touch and serve by Dan James. He's having a little run here. Go on, Dan. Finds Bruno. Bruno's going to shoot. He doesn't. He feinted to... Oh, Rashford squares the ball across the 6-yard box, and neither Dan James or Martial can tap it in. That was a good ball. Both nearly getting there. It was a nice bit of play there by Danny James in that link-up. Was it onside? Martial would have been offside anyway if he'd have touched the ball. Ball given away again by Bournemouth. Dan James picks it up. It's Paul Pogba in possession here. Feeds in Martial. Martial's first touch is good. Goes down the outside. Martial! That's blocked. There's going to be another corner. Martial looking for another goal today. See 2 goals from Mason Greenwood. 1 from Rashford. Bruno. And, of course, Anthony Martial scoring the screamer. Goals spread across the Avengers. We really just need Pogba to pick up a goal. And then every single one of the Avengers has got a goal today, you know. Bruno Fernandes here. He's going to cross this ball in. It's decent. Whew. Fred keeps this alive. Luke Shaw. Oh, there's a slip here. Dan James has got some room to run into. He crosses. Oh, Martial and Rashford getting each other's way. One of you make a decision, one of you stay back. It's a really good cross there by Dan James. Martial would have been offside as well. More substitutions coming now. Probably see the Rashfords and Martials come off. Igalo's on. I think that'll be the end of Martial's game. That's right. Nice, take a rest. And it's good, you know, and Rashford coming off as well now. And look, they look disappointed to be coming off, but also happy, you know, both on the score sheet. Really good performance by Man United overall. There we go. But more goals for those boys. Here goes Dan James down the left. He's going to try and have a run. Luke Shaw into Bruno. Back to Luke Shaw. Oh, Dan James on the inside there. If they could have found him. Oh, that little pass there from Pogba. The intelligence Oh, Dan James has got a chance here. Dan James will get onto this. Ah, what a tackle there in the end at the back. I'm not sure who that is. Is that Billings or somebody? Dan James had the pace to get there, but the long legs of the defender helps him out. That's not Billings. Billings playing in the middle. That's lovely battling there from Fred. Fred driving forward. He's got Agallo to his right. He's got Dan James to his left. He doesn't do anything with it. He gives it to Bruno. Bruno here on the ball, who dinks it over the top. Oh, what a pass that was. Almost came off. See, that quality of pass, you just don't get that from a Lingard or a Pereira. Fluid football here, baby. Fluid football. Here's Maguire. Nice play from him. Finds Pogba. Pogba gets tackled. But it's won back by Fred. Fred switches the play out here to the right-hand side. It's AWB. He's had another very good game. Ball in there to Pogba. Back to Bruno now. See the interchange. See the movement. That's the fluid football, baby. Pogba now switches it. Oh, he finds Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw, good touch. Luke Shaw! Oh, it's a good save from the keeper. What a pass from Paul Pogba to set that up. Luke Shaw unlucky not to score there, but that pass from Paul Pogba was majestic, silky, intelligent, wonderful, beautiful, amazing. We've got to get this sixth goal. We've got to get this sixth goal. No fouls here, United. Look at that. See, they're absolutely shook to pieces. Shook to pieces. Bruno and Pogba link-ups is beautiful. Oh, he should have played the ball earlier. He's over. Oh, Mata managed to keep that in. It was quite a strong hit pass there. Here goes Mata. Plays it into Bruno. 1-2. Oh, the football. Bruno, back to Mata. Back. Oh, and it didn't find his way to Agallo. That would have just been a thing of beauty. It would have been a thing of beauty. Oh, Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba, that show of strength there in the middle. Absolutely majestic. This is champagne football. This is beautiful, baby. This is beautiful. Ball played inside here again. Bruno into Agallo. Agallo! Oh, has he not scored? Oh, let's get number 6. Bruno and Pogba are just tearing this team apart. He's onside as well. Oh, he should be scoring that. Should be bellying it. Is Pogba. Oh, Bruno finds it in. Luke Shaw's playing as like a number 10 at the moment. Here's Dan James on the left. I'd love him to do something. That's going to be a corner. He's won us the corner. Well played, Dan James. Bruno crosses. Oh, that's well defended. Bournemouth still trying to come forward here. Here come United again. It's Aaron Wan-Bissaka crosses first time. Oh, it's a really good cross again. Just nobody quite there. Nobody quite there just to tap that in. He's crossing's been really good today from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And just sometimes one of those games where he just needed a player to be in the right place at the right time. Of course, Rashford offside by a millimetre that stops him from getting another assist. That would have been his third since the restart. He's just improving so much. What a dominant display. A dominant display here by Manchester United. Just trying to cut Bournemouth open here, but Bournemouth are just sort of really just sitting back and, they're looking to do a little bit of a counter here, but they don't want any more of this smoke. Why would they want any more of this game? This game is, they've just been beaten up today. Free kick to Bournemouth. It's taken quick. David De Gea catches easily. A couple of minutes of normal time here. Remember, goal review will be on the football terrace as soon as kickoff ends. As soon as the full-time whistle goes, we'll be going live, doing some fan cams, getting some reactions over there. Really looking forward to that. Make sure you get yourselves over there. Make sure you're tuning in. And then we'll be doing live reactions after the Arsenal game and after the Chelsea game later as well. Here goes Bruno Fernandes. He's on the right-hand side. He plays it lovely inside to Mata. Mata, oh, he gets tackled, dispossessed more than tackled. AWB wins it back. Igalo, so close to this sixth goal. It's unbelievable. So close to the sixth goal. Hasn't quite come, though. 90 minutes is about to be up. We'll see how much time is going to be added on. It's got to be 3 or 4 minutes with drinks breaks and all the goals again. Paul Pogba to Fred. Dan James now on the ball. It's a nice little... Fred and Dan James had nice little cameo appearances, I think, today, since coming on. Nice displays from the two of them. Here's Fred again. Pogba first time pass into Dan James. Pogba picks it. Oh, unlucky. Free kick given here. Another free kick. 5 minutes of time added on. Paul Pogba stepping over this. And Bruno, who's going to take this one? We've got to be shooting from here, surely. Pogba! Oh, it's on target. It's a good save. He nearly gets his goal, Paul Pogba. Nearly gets his goal. I'd have loved for him to have got his goal there. He deserves it. He deserves it, really. It's a little too central. Corner taken quickly. Bruno Fernandes here. Shoots again. Oh, it's another good save. Mata was offside. Game's just playing out now, last couple of minutes. It's weird, really. I just don't feel like I've watched very many Man United games in recent times where you can kind of just sit back and enjoy what's going on. Another goal there for Vardy, 3-0 Leicester. They always were going to come back with a vengeance at some point. They always were. Good display from them. There we go. Game is nearly over now. Very nearly over. Make sure you tune in to the Football Terrace as soon as we're done here. We're going to be live doing some fan cams and goal reviews. I want to get as many of you over there as we possibly can, please. Oh, Fred slips. Fred! Oh, another save! We're not going to get this 6th goal, are we? The 6th goal isn't coming. Listen, everyone who's tuned in over on Hot Mic, thank you. Make sure you get back over to YouTube real soon. We'll see you in a few moments from there. We're going to end that stream on Hot Mic as it stands. Oh, that number 6 just isn't coming for us, is it? Can't get that 6th goal today, bruv. Can't do it. But it's okay. That corner's not good enough. AWB wins the ball back here. Dan James. To one Mata. First time cross. Yeah. Oh! Pogba asking for a penalty there. Oh my God. It was so close to Pogba getting that goal. Oh, offside was given anyway. So yeah, it wouldn't have been a goal. But my word. My word, it's been close. He was offside as well, to be fair. And that's the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you all tuning in as ever. Make sure you get yourself stay on the Football Terrace. We're back real soon with Go Review and Fan Cam. See you in a minute.